I see a country that is totally deteriorating because in a case like this, and we see all the sectors that are expected to play their role, it happened or as if Nkoto Shele is like, is enough. Nothing, according to one of the governors who actually say, Shemu bad no lo makokoku. And that statement is so heavy, and it shows the type of system that is currently being run. I will not say we because my conscience is not, is not that filled, or my conscience has not been dead or killed. I have the pains of other people. Now, a lot of things, I pick from the music of Mohbad, and there are two major songs of his that normally thematic going weak one. I just become weak automatically, immediately. And those two songs are Daddy, I Am Sorry, and this one that says, I know there is a day all my pains will go away. And these are the things that I want to pinch on this afternoon. For him to have said that in his song, definitely I moye gba toti mama ro within himself be alone. And we could see, even in his videos, to man gejade, to mama so no, I know my God will never forsake me. Ki omo okunrin of 25, 26 years old, kumalaru la koja ni aye. Now, unto shele ti wa shele, which we are still looking out for. But even if any obati any, anything to do with Mohbad, go to a ro igbesi aye ti omo yen gbe lasan ati gbogbo, bi rin seri pelu iya to je, is enough to say no, ire da bai. Ko ye ki o ma ri justice, because these are the things that are really holding me back. Ngba mi ma tun wo pe ṣé àwa tá wá ń sọ wípé ẹ̀yin ọmọ ẹ jára mọ́ṣẹ́ o, ẹ̀yin ọmọ ẹ fojú sí ìwé yín o, ẹ̀yin ọmọ face your ẹ̀kọ́ nǹkan tẹ́ bá ń kọ́. This is a guy tó jẹ́ pé ó tẹjú mọ́ṣẹ́, and he was believing no, I can build up myself. I can start from the scratch. Ṣebíru èèyàn tó yẹ kó wà nínú community àbírú society àbírú country lélẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé àwọn gan wá lè share story wọn pé please don't give up, because it has also happened to me before. I know what it is starting from the scratch. These are the things that I went through. Tó jẹ́ pé story ẹ̀ náà ó tún máa inspire other people. Now, if not for any other thing, àágùn tó bọ́lẹ̀ lára ọmọ ìtorí kò sí kó lórin kọrin kó má fò sókè kó má fò sílẹ̀ kí àágùn má bọ́ lára rẹ̀. Àágùn yẹn lásán àgbà justice kò ní jẹ́ kí àwọn tó wà ní tó ń disturb justice kò ní jẹ́ kán sinmi, because báwo ni ká ṣe sọ péyàn ṣe làlà kókó fẹ́fẹ́ kó wá jẹ́ pé kò tiẹ̀ wá jẹ́ kó rí ilé ayé òun gbé. And he said it in a song only, I know there is a day all my pains will go away. What was he trying to tell us? He was trying to tell us that he was going through a lot, despite the fact he was going through a lot, and there are some things he couldn't even explain. Probably he doesn't trust anybody anymore. He doesn't know whom to pour out his heart to. Nebiti Obare. Now, and if you look at that statement, see why God to your girlfriend there. Oman saw only he wasn't happy. He was not always happy. Even when we had our baby, he still was not happy. He wasn't happy. Almost 24. She put in she dear kò bí ó tiẹ̀ tí rí millions. At least yẹn àti wá mọ̀ pé billionaire gan àbí trillionaire gangan ni. Let's even assume pé kò tiẹ̀ tí wà ní gbogbo adúrú owó yẹn bó tiẹ̀ jẹ́ 500,000 bó jẹ́ 1 million ló tiẹ̀ ṣe ń gbà. Báwo lè máa sọ pé yàn ń ṣiṣẹ́ ó ń rówó kò tún happy, ó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ó bímọ kò tún happy, kò tí ì yé mi àárín yẹn ni. And we can now see in all the analysis what he has been going through underground tí ó lè sọ síta. And the most painful thing to me now is like, okay, let's even assume that Iya Mohbad was not in the picture when, you know, he was going to school and when he started picking, because let's assume she wasn't there. Kò làágùn, kò ṣe anything. Ó kàn dé padà at the point tọmọ yẹn ti ń rí change fún mọ́mí mi yẹn, ẹ gba 500,000, mọ́mí mi yẹn, ẹ lọ sí shop. But you came back at that point in time, fine. Good for you. Ṣé mọ̀ pé ńgbà míì gan Ọlọ́run náà tún máa ń ṣàánú èèyàn lẹ́ẹ̀kejì kó máa fún èèyàn ní second chance. Now you came back, but even looking at all these stories or all these evidences that are coming out, ṣé kò yẹ kí ìyá yẹn wá jókòó pé ẹ ti ẹ̀ gbọ́ náà gbogbo nǹkan tọmọ yìí náà là kọjá, ṣé ọmọ mi náà ló la àdúrú nǹkan ìkọjá, ọmọ 25, 26, ẹlòmíì gan tó jẹ́ 50, 60 gan tó là kọjá kò tó gbogbo eléyìí. Is that not enough to reset her brain to begin to behave as if like a normal person? I know she's normal, and I know it's intentional, but what I mean is that her normality is not normal to most of us that are here. Now, for CY to say he was not always happy even when we had our baby, but at the end of it, ibi tó tún wá ba ọ̀rọ̀ jẹ́, tó tún wá jẹ́ kí èèyàn for me to now become afraid of people was now when she said, at least now that you are gone, I know you will now get the peace that you want. Ẹjọ́, irú statement wo nìyẹn? As she called him, husband of my youth, you are the one that disflower me, you are the one that do this, you love me from head to toe, you are always there. Ṣé ẹni yẹn wá kú? The only tribute that you can give is, I believe you are now happy where you are. Báwo lèèyàn ṣe máa sọ owó ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn? Ọ̀tá èèyàn gan pàápàá téèyàn mọ̀ pé ọ̀tá ojúkorojú tó ń léèyàn kiri, téèyàn mọ̀ pé ọ̀tá mi lélẹ̀ kò gbọ́dọ̀ kú gan, kéèyàn débẹ̀ kó sọ pé I believe you are now happy where you are. Ṣebí èèyàn ẹlẹ́ran ara ni gbogbo wa. A dẹ̀ ti mọ̀ pé ikú kì í ṣe nǹkan téèyàn sùn tó kàn sọ pé sùn 2 minutes ó máa jí padà. No. And look at that statement. Those statements are heavy and loaded. I believe you can now have the peace that you want. And you are just 24. Saying that to your so-called partner, Topai, me 26 years old. It's part of the bullying script, but bullying script by who? Because she was the one that said it. I don't understand, but let me just continue. I don't want to lose my thoughts. Now, I have a question for Mommy Mohbad again, and she came out to debunk that Mohbad, she has always been in the life of Mohbad. It's left to you, it's left to her and God. But from what we are seeing, it doesn't seem she was there. Now, she came out to debunk the fact that he sang about 10 years I know see mommy. Now, if that is in that song, that was not the only lyrics in that song. There were other things that Mohbad actually said in his song. He talked about the father, Tologbowo Lapo. Mama Mohbad, I would really appreciate it if you can come out one more time and analyze all these lyrics, especially in this particular song, and let us know that everything in that song was a total lie. You cannot just pick up the aspects that talks about you and say it is a lie. You need to let us know whether Baba actually Gowolapo, whether he actually went to school, he didn't enter the class, whether the landlords were giving them problem, how the stepmother treated your son. You need to come and either verify or validate or to let us know that it was a lie. You cannot just pick one line out of that song and tell us that it is a lie. And now, even if we are now taking it up or believing with you that that lyrics or that song that Mohbad bo paromoni, then mommy, why are you ready to eat from the fruit or from the, what will I call it, from the proceed when you actually knew that your son is a liar? If you are telling us that he's a liar, but you are there believing that you want to eat from the proceeds of a liar. So it shows the type of person that you are. And it shows that you haven't been there as a mother. You are not there even when he still came to meet you. Even after he has gone, you are still not there. But you are ready to always milk and drink from where you didn't plant or where you didn't put any seed. You are there to harvest. I know I'm just trying to let her know that she is actually the liar. Here, you get it. That's what I'm trying to let her know. Because if Mohbad talked about his complaint, how all he went through in life, which nobody in this world would ever pray to go through, even at that age, and the mother is saying, Oda, mommy, why is it only your section to shijekpe rolupa? And for what reason will a son that will now come out and paro mo yai, knowing fully well that this, when music is it's a legacy. These are songs that people will sing in the next 100 years, if God permits. DJ So Batide, once evergreen. Do you know, most of us were not even born when those songs were sung, but we still grow up to meet it and we sing it. Now, what would you have done that this guy would have gone to the extent to, document that lyrics for you as a mother? That enough is what, making a woman say, I have actually failed this boy. That enough is something that you should go inside the four corners of your room. I have actually failed this son for him to have, put down only that lyrics for me as the mother. It is enough, because and that lyrics cannot be deleted. It cannot be deleted. Now, so what I'm trying to say is, we have seen how the situation is, how people are, how the society has deteriorated, what is now becoming the new norm in our society. And they want to force us to believe that abnormality should become the real reality. Of course, a lot of people may have accepted abnormality to be the real reality, but unfortunately, some people like us, for those of us who are the true justice seekers, will never see abnormality as the true reality. Now, coming to the DNA, I just begin to wonder, why not give yourself the peace of mind that you need? They are dragging you as a partner, they are dragging your son, most especially the small boy who is innocent. In this case, whether Mohbad is the father or not, the boy is still innocent. He has his own right to live as an individual and as a person. Now, if you don't care as a mother, the way they are dragging your son and placing his faces against different people, to be sincere, somebody in her right senses would say, if not for anything, I want to clear the name of my son. If not for anything, this boy is innocent. Let me go out there and clear his name. But there are some times when we get this voice notes where she said, nobody can, nobody in this she go say anybody. Then I'm not asking, are you happy with the way your son is being dragged does it give you pleasure as a mother? And these are things, like I said, these are videos that will always be on the internet. I don't know how you will now clear this situation. Even if you don't sort it out now, if you like run helter-skelter, if you like, do it or don't do it, but you will still come back to it. Because I believe you will still have to explain to that boy when the time comes. And I don't know how you'll be able to clear all this mess off the internet. Because I'm just trying to think broadly, I'm just trying to think broadly and see the implication of what is going on now on that child. On that child. Baba has been there. This is a man that, Baba, he accepted faith when all the steps he took at the beginning. He took the corpse according to, and to the police station. They denied him the police report. He also took the body to the mortuary, and we have people who have confirmed that they actually went. And now they also said they couldn't take the body into the mortuary because there was no police report, there was no doctor's report. What else should he do? He has tried his best. He is not a doctor that can preserve the body in his own house. The next thing is Kojuma Ribi. Let's go on. Let's just, kafilebo, shiri, and that was what Papa did. Those who are blaming him, what can they say about these two organizations that refused to help him or give him the necessary document he requested for? Was his action not due to what they told him? Or what the situation was at that point? That was what triggered the next step for him, that since he couldn't get the police report, since he couldn't get the body into the morgue, then the next thing would be Ejekalofile, Bola Shiri, which is normal, what any other person would do. And this man has already accepted, God will fight for him. He gave them the go ahead. Just go ahead with the burial. And now, as God will have it, as the spirit of Mohbad will have it, the spirits of Mohbad said, I have been tormented, that he is not going to take it, that they must fight. He entered into people, and people began to talk about what they should, the exhumation and everything. If we even want to look at the process of the exhumation of the body, you will see. Will you tell me that this was done professionally? If that alone is a red flag should have been a red flag for us from the beginning of this process, that actually this exhumation, I don't think it's going to get us, some of these, some of the analysis they wanted to do. Because even the process of exhumation itself has shown how unserious the system that did that how they worked. No nose mask, no hand glove, I don't know the real dressing of how they should have dressed to do that. And to worsen the case, they only removed the corpse out of the casket, and they left the casket there. It shows that they were so unprofessional. Only God knows where they got those people from. It's only God who knows, because all those things are evidences of even what happened. I'm not sure those guys even took pictures. It is only those who were on the live stream that made us see all this thing, or people who visited the site at the point when the exhumation was done, that made us see all those things that happened. The guys who actually did the exhumation were never professionals. And that should have been a red flag to us, that what they are doing is just to satisfy the cry of the masses. Thank you, PPE. Thank you for giving me the word, man. So it was just to satisfy and make the cry of the masses to go down. But they knew within themselves that they were not ready to do anything serious. And did it actually play out like that? We also saw it in the WhatsApp chat group, where they were saying we are not even interested in autopsy. You that said you are not interested in autopsy, you were actually the one shouting on the live stream that exhume the body, exhume the body. So now, bàbá tó ti gba kámú pé uncle ti fi ilẹ̀ bu ọmọ láṣìírí, by that time that man would have just been gradually taking time, consoling himself and believing that ohun gbogbo ọwọ́ Ọlọ́run ló wà. Now you have gone to exhume that body. Now you have put Baba in a second traumatic experience. Because can you exhume ọmọ yẹn sìn ni Baba ti gradually kini àti máa kúrò lára wọn. Now emotionally you have eti kan légbò by just taking that body out of because it's more than just like a fresh there's the emotional part of it that this body is still somewhere. Now one ṣe plus or minus one fee the life of somebody one fee one feel life of one emotion baba and everything one feel takite in a WhatsApp group. In a WhatsApp group where you have already predetermined and determined what the outcome would be. And now, since the day they exhumed that body, Baba Yoti Simyaye, he had never rested. And the most painful thing is that we can even separate it, that we have the justice team, we have the anti-justice team. We will definitely always have the good and the bad people. But the most painful thing is that even within the so-called justice, imagine, is it Lagata that is that Totin Shababasi recording from the beginning? Please, if not that they know what they are doing, why will you be recording him? He has gone to the press, he has done BBC Kilangpe interview, he has done interview, all his words never change. Why is the reason of Bemoshe and Shababasi recording? What actually Lefeki Babanye so Abi Lefeko Jabo Lenwe Lefefi hook Babanye? If actually you were fighting for justice. And we just see people pulling the man. And it don't fa ese, fa ese, it don't fa it don't fa orimori waka koni kinikon, it only be agbelebu, it jeka koni show 6 meter. For what reason? Is it just based on 2 questions? I would even say it is 1 question. Kilo paomo, which is for every parent. Even if you are not a parent at this time, Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kí nǹkan kan ṣẹlẹ̀ sí siblings yan àbí neighbor yan gan pàápàá tí neighbor yan gan bá kú tó bá lọ kí wọ́n bẹ̀ wá ní ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí ṣáà was this person sick? Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ tó fi kú? You will still ask that particular question. Kí ló ṣe? Kò sí ibi téèyàn ti lọ kíyàn pé ẹnìkan kú síbì kan, òkú kan kú síbì kan. People will still ask, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Was he sick? Was he admitted? Kilo shed. You will still ask that question. And that is the same question that this man is asking. And according to, when you now have 5 people who are inside a particular house and their narratives are not even tallying. Their narratives are not tallying. Something happened. Because step maybe the person missed his step, fell down, hit his head, and died like that. The story should go now. But how come stories are not telling? And the most annoying bit of it is that when CY gives her narratives, she stands, what will I call it? She places herself in a position where she is totally innocent. But every other person has a hand in one way or the other. But she is the only innocent person. But how can you be the only innocent person? in the house. If every other person in the house, you are still pointing fingers at them, how can you only be the innocent person? It is not possible. It isn't possible for you to, anywhere you are always removing yourself, maybe in your right, jiga, and you can blame every other person. You said Baba lo ni ki nurse lo. Thank God for the nurse that said her own truth. She said, I never saw Baba. Ha! So, in fact, this is what is it called? This justice for Mohbad. Those that say is totally deep. It's deep. Is deep, and evil people, thank you, evil people everywhere. You never can even trust anybody. Because somebody who cannot fight, thank you so much, God bless you. For you, there's somebody that cannot fight for his own brother. And this is a mysterious situation. Something, you were even there, but your story is still not telling. You were there. How can you say the phone of your brother was with you? He and his girlfriend, they were fighting seriously. Ejo, téèyàn bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ tó dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé àwọn pípò ìtún ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní jà. Ìjọ wo gan ló yẹ kó wá wise up kó sọ pé ẹ̀tẹ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n náà bọ̀dá mi. Tí relationship yóò bá ṣe ẹ wá nǹkan ṣe. But you were not concerned. They were fighting, they were arguing, they were doing this. Although on your phone, you don't even know. You cannot even feel the hand of the person that collected the phone from you. And you were still, you were hearing voices, you were hearing everything. You just dropped the phone and went away. That shows how insensitive you are. I'm referring to Afesiojo now. That shows how insensitive you are. When they also interviewed him at the Corona, they asked you some of the drugs. Is your brother using this drug? Is your brother? He said, yes, my brother is. They now ask you, why is he using it? Say, I don't know. Are you close to your brother? I am not close to my brother. Ha! You are not close to your brother. You are the immediate under the same roof. And it came out from your mouth, you were not close to your brother. It came out from your mouth that your brother is just an ordinary carpenter. You are the one writing script for him. Imagine. Ìwọ tó gbà wájú school kọjá. Ìwọ tó gbà wájú school kọjá. O kọ́ṣẹ́, o kàwé, o ṣe anything. But you are the one writing script for him. If you were really the one writing script for him, prove yourself. You cannot prove yourself. You can only say awalapa, ebilapa. Is that the script? Are those the type of song Mohbad were singing in the script you wrote? Tó bá jẹ́ pé awalapa ni Mohbad yìí tó ń kọ láti ìjọ ìṣẹ́lú báwa náà máa jó sí awalapa. Ta ló fẹ́ máa jó sí awalapa yẹn lẹ́pa? Báyìí la ṣe pa. Ta ló fẹ́ máa jó sí yẹn? It shows that, I don't know, the love has not been there, and you too, you have also sold your soul to the devil. You have also sold your soul to the devil, because there are things they can force you to do, and there are things that you can say, lie, I have to hold on to this part of my life. What I really want to say, guys, as we look at the situation, it is a deep one, and the only way we can really do something meaningful to assist this justice is to support Baba. It is to support Baba. I'm not saying Baba is perfect, but humanly speaking, he's trying his best to the best of his own capacity and knowledge. Yes, let us support him, because Ogunti Baba Yenja, it is not Ogun, it's not Ogun, it is not a small, it's not a small fight, it's not a small war, it's not a small struggle. It is connected, interconnected. And Tabafi Baba Yanikon, Koledaja Ogun Yo. And that is why you see, if you see yourself, if your spirit is always, pulling you to justice, is always bringing you to a platform to add your voice. Because I always ask myself, God, why am I always finding myself, listening, talking, commenting? Why, God? there must be a reason why God has said you have to be part of this movement. I don't know the reason today, but definitely I know that in the nearest future, God will make me understand why he has brought me and say, you have to be part of this movement. And likewise to each and every one of us. We may be thinking that you are always finding yourself, despite the fact that I say, I don't even want to be there, it's too much, wahala, but you still find yourself coming. That means there is a purpose, there is a mission. You have a role to play in this justice. No matter how small the role is, whether it is by typing or sharing or tapping or commenting or whatever your role is, just do it. It is God that will reward you. And one good thing about this group is that, now, thank you so much. If I'm talking too much, let me know. But at times when I just have the opportunity, I try to pour out my mind. Now, I watched the interview CY did, and she was, also complaining about the nurse. The nurse, it was the nurse. Nothing has been done about the nurse. She's enjoying herself. She's clubbing. And I was like, are you kidding me? If you are really, thank you, sir. If you are really honest and if you are truthful and you understand that it is the nurse, can you please tell us where you have actually sued or actually taken a bold step that you want to go and arrest the nurse? If you are completely 100% sure that it was the nurse, instead of you coming on interviews and telling us the nurse is, how do you know she's clubbing? If you are monitoring the nurse to the extent that you know she's clubbing, can't you monitor her to the extent that you will arrest her? And now he says, the nurse is enjoying herself. I am here. I cannot move on. And, the tone that she said it, her body language was actually telling us that, no, this is not somebody who is really pained of losing a lover or losing a boyfriend. Because your statement that the nurse is clubbing, she's enjoying her life, me, I cannot move on, me, I cannot go on with my life. You haven't solved the problem. How do you want to move on? You cannot move on until you clear the air about it before you can move on. But you never even said, I'm calling the government, I've reported, I have filed a petition against the nurse, I have done this, but there was nothing like that. So that, okay, let's even assume Ibiti Baba Korisi is the wrong way of justice. Let's assume, but I know it is not the wrong way. But CY has not given us our own lane that this is how I want to fight my own battle. But you were saying, even if I want to fight, will the family support me? What is your own line of action? What do you want to fight about? What do you want to say? Oh, this is who I want to really, these are the people that you want to, you have not come out to say anything. And you want people to be lining up behind you. You want the family to come and line up behind you without you even opening your mouth and say, no, it is the nurse, this is how. No, you haven't said anything. All the opportunities you have to prove yourself as a strong lady, you've actually showed how, how terrible you are as a young lady. And for those who are saying she's young, I believe we are also seeing all what is happening recently about some young ladies in the university, how they're beating themselves up. That is what the situation has turned into now. That is how bad things have turned into now. That even 18, 19, 20, we can't even trust them. We are not going All right, thank you. I'll soon finish. Thank you so much. So I have, at times I just reason everything and I say, God. But if you ask me about justice, I know we are going to get justice. And I was so glad when this morning on, is it Just Me platform, when Mommy Rich Grace, she narrated the dream she had, and the interpretation of it, telling us that we're going to get this justice. I also have a dream. I will not be sharing it now. I've shared it several times, but that is the only consolation that I have, that we are going to get justice. And if Mohbad could come out from where he is and hug his father, he actually came out and hugged his father. That was the end of the dream. I'm not going to narrate everything. He came out and hugged his father. That, to me, showed that we're going to get his justice, and the father is actually doing absolutely well. How soon are we going to get the justice? That I cannot tell. Who and how, I cannot tell. But I know that strongly has told me that we are going to get this justice. And I also use that also to encourage each and every one of us not to lose hope, not to give up. And let's also try. One thing I've noticed with the justice team, especially the true justice seeker, let us not be anxious. Anxiety, when there is a little thing, we begin to fret. No. We shouldn't. Let us calm down, reason things out, know how to take some actions. And there are some, I'll call it some distractions in terms of some of the voice recordings that we bring and play. Please, let us be mindful. Let us screen it properly. The type of voice notes we bring to play on the platform. There are some that we don't even need to give them relevance because it doesn't tally with us. So bringing it here for us to now be thinking, for us to now be analyzing, to me, totally is a sincere waste of time. Except if we have, let us be focused. We don't need, they are doing their analysis. Let us be doing our analysis. Why should we bring analysis of a platform where we already know the category of people and how they think or who they belong to or where they are channeling their efforts to? Why do we have to bring it to our platform and be analyzing? Totally, it's a sincere waste of time. And that is why we need to be positive minded. So anything that is going to push up the energy is what we should begin to think about. We play music, we analyze, we pick up important points, we talk about it, and we also should be mindful of how much extent of information we dish out. Let us just talk generally, and if we have in-depth information or strategy, we should know. Please, guys, let us know who to channel it to. And I want to raise that point this afternoon. At times, some of us have some idea. Maybe something just comes up in our mind and we think, oh, help, but we don't know who we can actually channel it to, because the issue of trust, the issue of Omashamisi recording, there are a lot of things here. But I believe by now, through Justice Seeker, we should know who we can actually reach out to if we have some vital and key strategies. Who do we share it with? Some of us don't know. And when we want to talk on the platform, we say, Emaso. Yes, Emaso, I understand the fact that we don't have to expose everything out there. But the question is, who do we talk to when we have cogent and vital strategy to share with? So I'm going to end with that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, my beautiful sister. You really done well. No clapping for my sister. I will clap for her. Ba. Wonderful submission. You will really run good if you work by Lord Jesus.
Thank you, ma. I really love the way you used to talk. I love the way, I thank you. God bless you, ma. Thank you.
Yeah, chance you are fine. Teba muntu Mikey. Yeah.
Ẹ kú àtàárọ̀
ìyá mi mo kúnlẹ̀ fẹ́lẹ́ dá yín ẹ ṣé o.
Ẹ kú sẹ́mọ̀, ẹ kú àìsàn àná.
Ó lágbára.
Ẹ kú àìsàn kò ní rẹ̀ yín. Àjọfèrè jẹ̀kọ́ ní lágbára pé Elédùmarè. Àní ṣàṣetì. Ọlọ́run ní dá wa lẹ́bi. Òdùmarè ó gbé alékè abínú ẹni. Ọlọ́run ó bá wa ṣe, orí ó bá wa ṣe. Gbogbo all the commenters gbòsàgbòsà mẹ́ta fún yín. Ẹ ṣé all the gift, ẹ ṣé ọwọ́ yín ò ní kán sàlẹ̀ àpò, ẹ ní ráre, ẹ ní táwù.
Àmín.
Ọlọ́run ò ní dá yín dá. Àyìn ẹ̀ ń nára, ẹ̀ ń násìkò. Ẹ̀ ń násìkò. Kò rọrùn, kò síbi tó rọrùn. Ibi ẹwà, ibi téèyàn ti gbìyànjú, ibi àwà yìí èèyàn gbọ́dọ̀ sùn. Ọmọ padà tọrọ jẹ. Ìdúró sí ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ òsí fún kálukú bí ẹni ó gbọ́dọ̀ rìn. Kásá ti lè gbàdájọ́ òdodo, òun ni kálukú dúró fún. Á sì jọ gbá ni o. Wọn ò ní gbà lẹ́yìn èmi àti yín. Á jọ mú ojú àwo báyìí làwọn ó fi gbọbẹ̀. Ọwọ́ wa báyìí ni kálukú ó fi gbóore. Ọwọ́ wa báyìí láì gbàdájọ́ òdodo fún lérí Olúwa ọmọ alọ́ba. Ọmọ bàbá rere, ọmọ bàbá àdùnnú, ọmọ bàbá tí ń rìn tára ń kàn wọn kan, ọmọ bàbá tí ń rìn torí ń fọ́tà. Joseph alọ́ba, wo ìwọ lọlọ́pẹ́, ìwọ lọpẹ́ yẹ. Mélòó èèyàn ni tiẹ̀ dé bá tí ọ̀rẹ́ nìkan kọ̀rẹ́ ní rọ̀gbà ká. Ọ̀rẹ́ èèyàn, Ọlọ́run á fún yín léèyàn, kò tún fún yín léèyàn lásán. Àwọn èèyàn tí ń rí mọ́ èèyàn, àwọn àrídùnnú èèyàn, àwọn ológun èèyàn, àwọn abíamọ, àwọn tó jẹ́ pé tó bá gbẹ́kún ọmọ báyìí wọ́n máa ń ta tí wéré ni. Òun làwọn tí ń dúró tì yín. Àwọn bàbá alálùbáríkà, àwọn bàbá tó mojú sí ọmọ, tí ń mọ ìyà tí òbí ń jẹ lórí ọmọ, gbogbo wọn ní dúró tì yín. Kí lẹ wá ní dúpẹ́? Èmi la ò rí bá a ti fẹ́ rí, bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ní rí. Èmi la ò ní yọ̀ sí. Tiwa sanjọ tá lọ. Ìlàkàkà tiwa kò ní já sórí asán. Ẹ wo gbogbo yín, mo kí mọ́mí jẹ́ kó àìsàn àná ṣé kò rẹ̀ yín rárá. Látàárọ̀ àná ni mọ́mí Àríkẹ́àdé àti mọ́mí Jíbèbí. Gbogbo wa náà kò sí dúró, kò sí sinmi. Ọlọ́run gbàdájọ́ òdodo fún wa. Wọn ní fèmí àti yín ṣe àkọlẹ̀bò. Wọn ní dìde ìṣẹ́jú kan fèmí àti yín o. Nígbà wọn bá gbà lágbára ló Elédùmarè.
Elédùmarè.
Ṣé ẹ mọ̀ fún gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ sọ? Díẹ̀díẹ̀ mo gbọ́. Àmọ́ ń tá sọ̀rọ̀ lé. Na English is speak. He speak English. I hear small. I no hear more.
Yeah, tia.
My friend.
God bless you, ma. Your voice is, is unique amongst us. And if you inshawati lagbara long. Nǹkan tí mo fi kẹ́yìn ọ̀rọ̀ mi ni pé lóòótọ́, a gbọ́dọ̀ mọ àwọn nǹkan tá a máa sọ ní gbangba sí, lórí social media, especially tá a bá ní àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tó lè help justice yìí. Question tí mo wá fi kẹ́yìn ni pé nígbà tá a bá lè sọ ní gbangba, ẹjọ́ táwa la lè sọ fún. Ó yẹ ká ní contact person kan àbí méjì tó jẹ́ pé a mọ̀ pé òkè o, ẹ̀yin true justice ò tẹ́ bá ní ọ̀rọ̀ kan tẹ́ mọ nǹkan báyìí tó lè help situation yìí, ẹni báyìí o ní kẹ́ máa reach out sí. Kò sí, because àwọn gan ń wò pé a lè trust ele, a lè trust ele, a lè trust ele. So báwo la ṣe fẹ́ wá ṣe tàbá ní important message láti pass àìkú question ìbéèrè tí mo fi kẹ́yìn ọ̀rọ̀ mi.
Can I try to answer that? I would try my best. So from when I've been following this thing, I've realized that there is a particular group of people that are more closer to Baba. And those are the people I would recommend you follow, DM, if you can get their personal numbers, so you can message them. They're all there. There's a lot of them. I have about 3 of them that I communicate with.
See, the thing is, they don't even believe in us. I have done that and they never responded. So that's it. I have done that before.
I'm sure. You know they have a lot of people. It's not just you that will be trying to contact them. You know that. So let's just look at it as they've seen the message. whichever one they can make use of, they would grab. We can only try our best. No matter, you cannot force anyone to do anything as much as you drum it into their ears. Just leave your suggestions and just hope for the best. When you come on platform, you can remind that person, check this, work on this. Check your DM, remind people. It will be okay.
Sorry, I've been busy for a while. I heard when Lady IOSA, yeah, she was right. Before she came in, like their show we have to be listening to. We don't need them. It's like we are giving them attention, it doesn't want it. Those kind of shows we don't need to analyze. But there's other one like the old one that we want to each back at them when we were talking about the DNA, this, so we can still refer back like the one of Mama Abosedi. But all these other ones, new one now, we don't need to even go there. And this morning too, it happened like this afternoon, because they were talking, we don't even know the platform. One bushman, one bush animal was like, oh, the Baba didn't do anything. The wife kept quiet, and then thank God some of the commenters were like, we don't want to listen to it. Like we said, Lady Hours, we don't need to listen to that bullshit. It doesn't want it. So that's what I just want to add now. UPS is money. Thank you. God bless. Ever no.
Yeah.
That's how you correct me.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Mommy Celebration, Mommy GB, Mommy.
Good afternoon.
And Mr. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but I think your network is so.
Hello, can you hear me? I think it's my network.
It's your network, but we can see you a bit. We can hear you a bit, but your network is.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's your network. We want to drop and come back.
I don't know if it's my network.
It's your network. Drop and come back.
Yeah, my network.
Yeah, it's the network. It's showing the red.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Mommy, yes, I think you misinterpreted my. Yeah, but can you hear me?
Can you hear me too? I can hear you. Moro.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, you go on. We can hear you.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Mommy, yes, I think you misinterpreted my comments earlier. What I meant was the fact that. Okay, what I meant was the fact that we were made to believe that it was the bully that actually pied him, because you said that one of the things that you remember that she said was the fact that he would have peace now that he's gone. So I said it was part of the script because they made us believe that he was bullied to pie. So I was just like agreeing to what she said, like she was just giving the impression that he was bullied to pie, even though we all knew that it was not actually bully that pied him. So yeah, that was what I was trying to comment earlier, that she was giving the wrong impression, because from the onset she said he pied the nigger. So anyone would have thought, oh, these people that actually bullied him actually pied the nigger. And also Mohbad's mom also came and said, Naira Marley. So all those put together, I believe, were actually the script that they wrote initially for the public to believe that it was actually bullied to pie. So that was what I was trying to explain to you, that it was all part of the script for her to say, oh, Mohbad would now have peace now that he's gone. Like someone trying to give an impression that he had no peace while he was alive. He was bullied, he was, harassed and all of that. So that was exactly what I was trying to comment earlier. So I don't know if you actually misinterpreted my comment. So it was all... Yeah, it was all scripted from the beginning.
Okay,
Yeah, it was all
thank you.
scripted from the beginning that you would say this, you would say that, you would say that. And that's why Muba's mom actually changed and say, oh, it was all scripted from the onset. So to give the impression that we should keep talking about the bully as opposed to what actually pied him. Because if we talk about bully, she was actually one of the person that actually bullied him first. Because in my opinion, if, as Naramali said, if you don't have peace in your house, there's no way you can have peace mentally, emotionally, and mentally, psychologically. Because if he was living in fear at home and unhappy at home, that is worse than the bully that was actually outside, because the bully inside is one of the bullies that can actually kill someone, more than the bully outside. So she was the main bully from the home that needs to be looked into, because I don't know why she was not arrested when Naramali and Samilari were arrested, because what she said was the same thing. What Mobat said about Naramali and Samilari were the same thing that they were arrested for. So she was supposed to be jailed for that as well, because whatever applied to Naramali and Samilari applied to her as well. So and hers was worse, because this is a person that Mobad will come home to, and going to a home that is no peace is worse than people bullying you from outside. So that was just what I thought I should chip in, because she was the main bully, and she also needs to pay for what she did to Mubad. And even if they're out there giving all sorts of narrative that we should focus on bully, we shouldn't even talk about bully, in my opinion. We should focus on what actually pied him, because obviously we all knew that the bully didn't pie him. So we should focus on them, the people that are in the house, because some of it us like talking about, we should talk about Sam Larry, we should talk about Baba, we should talk about Naira Mali. These are not the people that pied him, because they're more like distractions. They're not the people that pied him. The people in the house were the people that actually knew what happened to him.
You're correct.
So we're
going to talk about bullying. We'll talk about the wife bullying him in the house.
Exactly. The bully in the house is far worse than the bully outside. The bully in the house is far worse than the bully outside. Imagine going to your home and having fear in your heart that I don't know what this person is going to say, I don't know what they're going to do, I don't know what drama they're going to bring up. That is far worse than the bully outside, trust me. And she also, if whatever before the justice, she also needs to go to the same 2 months or 4 months imprisonment, just as much as the rest of them did. So anyone talking about bully, they should talk about her as well. She was part of the bully, and we saw all the videos where she was talking to him aggressively and being so aggressive towards him. So that is also emotional bully. And the fact that her mom also took money to her account, his payment was made into her account. That's emotional, financial bully as well. That's financial bully. And mom should also be arrested for bullying Mohbad financially by taking all his money into her own account. So she should be arrested for financial bully as well. That is also and part of an emotional torture for him, knowing that I would have to rely on my mother-in-law to buy stuff from the money that I earn for myself. It doesn't really make sense. That is also bullying. That's emotional torture. So her mom should be arrested for bullying Mohbad financially as well, because why would you make the decision to buy a property or land on behalf of him for a child that was unborn at that point? So they are the main bullies. So if they want to, if her followers or our supporters want to talk about bullies, they should start with Wummi herself. Wummi was the #1 bully, and her mother was also the #1 bully. They bullied him financially, emotionally, mentally, and psychologically. They made his life miserable. Imagine me working so hard and having to rely on my mother-in-law before I could buy this, before I could buy that, because they were keeping his money. So yeah, they tortured him. They made his life miserable and made him feel like he was nobody. He lost his identity because he couldn't even fathom who he was. Asking an interviewer, what do you think about me? That says a lot about the home he was living and the type of the people that he was living with. What do you think about me? Asking an interviewer it says a lot about how much these people had tortured and bullied him in every way possible. They should go down for that as well. They should go down for that. It was not just Naramali, it was not just Samilari, it was her family. And this person was also there. Karima was also there saying, oh, I sent prescriptions to him and all of that. So who was she? Who accredited her as a nurse or as a doctor that would prescribe, medications for Mobad and all? So that's why I said from day one, this was actually premeditated. But for one thing I know for sure, the way they mention Naramali and Samilari, they should mention Wummi's mom and Wummi as part of the bully. And they should also go down for that as well. Because it's obvious they actually put our focus out there as from what actually happened. Like, oh, he had no peace. There was no peace. He had no peace. He was sad. He was always scared. In fact, they were chasing us with guns. We were somewhere. They were chasing us with guns. All these were all part of the stories that they wanted us to believe that, his record label were after him. They were chasing him. What chase is worse than the chase he had in the house that he cannot leave? What is worse than living in a house filled with, I don't know. It's really sad. So for her to come out to say, yeah, at least he can now have peace. Because you knew inside you that you were not giving him peace. That was why you were able to make such statement. You knew deep down, Wummi, that you were not giving him peace. Because if you were, that shouldn't even come out of your mouth as a wife, as a loving wife. And also, when they claim that it was actually the nurse that pied Mobad, okay, let's assume, which I, for one, would never support the fact that the nurse actually, pied Mobad. Because let's assume that, okay, the nurse came and all of that. You said you were cooking, and come to think of it, as a good wife, if the nurse doesn't even know her job, it was your responsibility as your duty of care as a wife to say, oh, nurse, let me see what you want to give him. Don't give him this, don't give him that. He's allergic to this, he's allergic to that. But you were not there. The nurse, according to the CTC, said she had actually administered an injection, one of the injection, before she then said, oh, the 3 injections or something, because in her CTC, she said she already administered the injection before she then came and said, oh, that's how he reacts to injection. Like the nurse then said, I said to her that she should have told me before I administered the injections. So you said, oh, the husband of my youth. That is so painful, like so painful to hear her say, husband of my youth, my foot. The same husband of your youth that you were not there at the last moment when he pied. And then you, Lord, came and said, oh, he was bullied. We should focus on bully. If I hear anyone say bully, God will punish all of you. Bully my foot. The #1 bully in his life was her, husband of my youth. And then you come out. They were chasing us with gun. In fact, he said I shouldn't have my child in Nigeria. We were going to travel to Canada. We were going, like, are you for real? All those stories all put together. That's why I said this, that this pie was actually premeditated, because everything that was said by her and all our courts were like something they must have planned for God knows how long. And then you come here and say, oh, yeah, let's focus on bully. Bully what? bully what? Was it bully that actually made his neck broke? Was it bully that broke his neck? Was it bully that broke his legs? That was like, it hurts. It hurts to think about Justice for Mohbad, how his legs were broken. Like how? It hurts. Imagine a human being and you look at him in the eye and you didn't think about what he has done to you while he was alive, and you were able to have that mind to break his leg, break his neck, and then you're telling me, oh, they bullied him, my foot. Like, I don't want to hear the word bully. Anytime I hear bully, I get triggered. Like, she was the number one bully in my opinion. And the more we talk about bully, the more we forget about what actually pied him, what happened in that house on that day, and why did they leave the house at 3 a.m. What were they looking for? And when you talk, the supporters will say, oh, she Mohbad Jomo Kekere, she could sọ pé gbé mi lọ sí hospital. Like, are you for real? Someone that was said in the CTC that they supported him to another room. And then Wummi come and showed up on TV and said, it is this little scratch. It was a minor scratch. And he can't, walk to the next room by himself. He had to be supported to go to the next room. Like, are we babies? Are you not talking talking to babies? And then the nurse, when the nurse was asked in the CTC that, how was him when you came back? She said, when I came back, they were already carried him like a baby. And it was what's his name? Dara, that read the CTC, that I was listening. I was on their window listening to the nurse CTC. And then you were able to read it down with your big mouth, saying that the nurse said they carried him like a baby. And this was someone that you said had a minor scratch. A minor scratch, for God's sake. You lot are just fools, and you sit on your platform reading the CTC and you would not use your brain to analyze and ask yourself that question, like, what if Mohbad was my sister, my son, my brother? Would I still be on this platform saying, why didn't Mohbad talk and say, take me to the hospital? Look at those idiots, and they call themselves mothers. He should have said, take me to the hospital, even if he refused to go to hospital, as Wummi claimed. As a wife, you call yourself your girlfriend, in my opinion. As a girlfriend, your initiative couldn't tell you that. 5 minutes, did not say that the hospital, did not say it in the CTC. According to the CTC, that the hospital was actually very close to that property. And then you come up and tell us that, it was bully. He was bully. Was he bully that did not make Wummi use her initiative and say, let me take my husband or my boyfriend to the hospital? Was it the same bully? Was it bully that said, Wummi, sit down there and let the nurse wait for the nurse for over 24 hours? Was it bully as well? Was it bully that caused the blood in the coffin? Was it bully? Was it bully that broke his neck and broke his leg? Was it bully?
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning. It's really annoying when they talk about bully. She was the first bully, because there's no way you would live in a home without peace that you won't have high blood pressure. You would surely have high blood pressure, and that could kill. Going home and thinking that my girl, she's dramatic, she's all this, she's all that, and then you come and say, oh, he was bullied. If I hear any of them talk about bullying, I will curse them. I don't curse, because I don't really curse, but anytime I hear anyone talk about bully, I would curse them and curse their entire generation. Was it bully that broke his leg? Was it bully that broke his neck? Was it bully that made them, put him in? Was it bully that caused the blood? Was it bully? Was it bully that made them rush to the pharmacy at 3 a.m.? Was it bully that made Wummi hide the fact that she had a fight with Mohbad in court? Was that bully as well? Was that bully that made her not disclose the fact that she and Mohbad were the last people that had a fight before he died? Was that bully as well? She was the main bully. And I don't care if you want to sue me, come and sue me. I would say it anyway. In fact, I'll be happy for you lot to sue me. Maybe Justice for Mohbad will eventually come to the UK, and I will tell them that the person that actually petitioned me should come to UK and fight me about it. And then we're all quiet and saying, oh, let's not talk because of this, because of that. But the fact we won't stop talking. In fact, Bully did not pay Mohbad. Bully did not pay Mohbad. Wummi number. High chances that you will continue to be the number one suspect. Yeah, they were shooting at us. Shooting. Who were the people shooting at you? And when did you go to report the fact that you were being shot at? They were shooting at us. Who shot at you? Why was it that it was after Mohbad died that we knew that they were shooting at you? Why didn't you come and tell the whole world that, the whole world, please have mercy on me and my husband or my boyfriend, these people were shooting at us. You didn't come to say it. All of a sudden you pied and you were giving us all sorts of stories saying they were shooting at us. They were, in fact, 3 days before you pied, people were chasing. Who were chasing you that you didn't come out to tell us? They were bullying him. Who was bullying him? That he's pied, that we saw all the videos. It's like, you don't think we are fools. And then he said, is this all the things you're going to be posting when I pied? And it's true. We are all seeing it play out right in our face. And then you come up and tell us that they dealt with him in such a bad way. And then the Queen Mother would also say, like, get the F off. Get the F off. Like, if that was happening, didn't Wummi tell you in the beginning? Why didn't you come out there and say they were bullying until he pied? And then you know will come and keep talking about bullying. Who was the number one bully? Even when Mohbad, even in the North CTC, they not said it that when he was there, he was with Wummi. He couldn't. He was asking me, according to their live CTC, he was asking me, "Are you giving me this injection? What injection are you giving me?" But Ajura said it in his interview that he couldn't talk. He could not talk. He could not even say nothing. He was using his hand to describe that this, And then, like, seriously, all these mothers on Temi's platform, you sit down one day and you ask yourself just one day, I'm telling you, you sit down and ask yourself one day that all this I'm doing, would I not get the camera soon? He wasn't talking. He was asking me, what did I give to him? What did I give to him? He was asking you what you gave to him, but the brother said he couldn't talk. And you yourself did not say that he was helped, he was supported to go to the next room. All of a sudden, you're saying that, yeah, he was talking. And then there's this stupid, I don't want to call it, idiotic mothers.
Don't say stupid, okay?
I'm sorry, I will not say stupid. I'm sorry. That's why I don't want to say some words. Because it copies a lot. So that's why I always control myself when I'm talking justice, because it copies a lot. Can you imagine these mothers will now sit down on the Temi's platform say, hospital, like for real? And you believe that it was that small scratch that actually ended his life? And he was supported to the next room. So Wummi said, this little scratch, minor scratch. But that minor scratch was so minor that he couldn't, walk to the next room. Let's think about it as parents. Let's be honest with ourselves. It was minor scratch, yet he couldn't walk to the next room. Yet they had to support him to the next room. Yet they had to all carry him like a baby to the car, to the hospital. I don't get it. I've been told this. Yeah. Like for real. Let's not help them. I know, right? Let's not help them talk about that bullying. Let's not even analyze bullying at all. Our focus should be what pied him, what happened on the 11th. Because anytime you speak to these people or you want to talk to them, they would not want to talk about what happened on Monday. Ask them. If you want to talk ask them. I've been on Justice for Mohbad for long, and anytime you talk to these people, when you talk about Monday, they don't want to talk about it. because they're gonna lie. They don't want to talk about it. They just want to change the topic. They just want to change the topic. They don't want to talk about what happened on Monday. What really happened on Monday? This is what we should be talking about. Let's not help them talk about bullying. Let's not help them analyze bullying. We don't care about the people that bullied him. Let's take, for example, the people that bullied him. They went to prison. Naira Marley's career, dead and gone for 2 years. Is that not enough punishment for bullying? And if you still want to jail him, that is the question. What pied him is what we are asking. When he was bullied, he was alive. But what pied him? That's the question we are asking. That is the whole point of justice for Mohbad. And then you come here and say, oh, they didn't give him peace. They were all over him. They were shooting at us. They were chasing us. In fact, one day we were like, for real. Are you for real? And all these mothers were sat on Temi's platform. You know, when they were reading the North CTC, I was there. I was on their window listening and saying. And I waited for British, whatever her name is, Mama British or whatever. And I heard what she was spewing. I was crying inside. Like, are you for real? And you sure you're a mother? Hey. You need to see how they analyzed the North script. You need to listen to how they analyzed it. And then they went back and forth and they ended up on the fact that, oh, these people that bullied him, like, seriously, with everything you read in the CTC, you still went back to bullying? Like, seriously? Despite you are not to pick out anything from what the nurse said and ask yourself the question, hold on, Wummi. Shibi, you told us that it was a minor scratch. How come the nurse arrived and saw water everywhere? How come the nurse arrived and, he was unable to talk, he was unable to act like a man that he was then? All because of a minor scratch. You were not asking yourself that question as a parent. You were not asking yourself that question that, Wummi, what? I'm your supporter, but tell me this part. I don't understand. The nurse said when she arrived that Mohbad was supported to the next room, but you told us on national TV that he only had a minor scratch. A little scratch, the way she described it. And then exactly, Mommy joined my heart. And then they came out, they couldn't ask her that question. Wummi, wow, you want more support, but shall I for me? How come to pay minor scratch ni nurses they also pay kole sorrow, kole anything? Or they pay minor scratch, Lori national TV. They didn't ask her that question. They didn't ask her the fact that the nurse went to the pharmacy. Not long after, the nurse said that the hospital that they went to was actually like 5 minutes to Mohbad house. They didn't ask me that question. Wummi, why didn't you take your husband to the hospital? After all, you said they went to the pharmacy at 3 a.m. Since whatever you did at 3 a.m. was not working, why didn't you call his parents and say, Mama Mohbad, Baba Mohbad, Mohbad could fell us hospital, bye. And they'll call him and say, oh yeah, hospital. You didn't do that. Wummi, kí ló dé tó pé bàbá Mohbad àti ìyá Mohbad pé kó sọ pé kọ́mọ wọn máa lọ hospital wọn ò béèrè o. Àwọn ìyá òṣì jàtijàti, àwọn ìyá òṣì wo, ẹ̀rín ń pa mí seriously tẹ́ máa wo. Ẹ̀bùn mi ìfẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ because every time tí bá ro ọ̀rọ̀ Mohbad ó máa ń fún mi ní anger lórí mi because Ejoko, àti listen sí gan se ó máa ń fún yàn ní migraine. Wọ́n béèrè pé ẹ dúró dáwà tó ń kà dúró mákàmọ́ dúró. Ṣé kò ń ṣe orí national TV ni Wummi ti sọ fún wa sí pé ó ní minor scratch ni? Ẹni tó ní minor scratch kò lè fẹsẹ̀ rìn, kò lè dá dúró, kò lè rìn fún rẹ̀. Wọ́n láti dúró dáwà mákàmọ́. They didn't do that.
Madam Monroe.
They went on and started analyzing and saying,
they cannot do that, sorry to say, because they already know that Irolumpa. Have you forgotten the voice of that lady? They know the truth, forget it. You cannot convert them.
so lórí national TV no school.
Iṣẹ́ tó rán wọn náà ṣe. Irú kọ̀ọ̀kan wọn ní gbogbo wọn. Based of the same federal government. Apọ̀kọ̀jáyé ni gbogbo wọn.
It's really sad.
Ẹ lọ wo accident gbogbo wọn. Tẹ́ bá lọ wo accident gbogbo wọn náà. They are all based of the same federal. Wọ́n pa ọkọ wọn slowly ni gbogbo wọn pátápátá. Tó bá ní kọ́ ṣe DNA àwọn ọmọ wọn, ọmọ àlè ló gbé fọ́kọ wọn. So lè sọ pé mi ní ẹgbẹ́ mi mọ̀ pé ọkọ mi ni mo bímọ fún. Tí mi ì dẹ̀ fẹ́ kí omi jẹ́ bọ́ lójú ọmọ ẹlòmíì. Kí máa wá sọ̀pọ̀sì aburú. Àìjọpọ̀ níbi tá a bọ́rọ̀ dé yìí. Tí very dark òkè ká fún wọn ní gbogbo ètò ìkọjá lọ. Tí very dark máa fi gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ wọ̀ yìí. Ṣó yẹ kí a tiẹ̀ rí eṣiṣi kó wà lé ẹ̀yìn Wùmí? But they will still be
Very dark
there.
man. Mommy, very dark man is even far-fetched, like old, you know, people read it they one party one like they read it in their heads. No, the lawyer has to
They like it. They should go and build video when they see Wùmí that stab Mohbad. They will still follow Wùmí. Maybe they bring the video to national television, their platform. They will still follow that because it's just one money. You know
CTC. No, so pay baby. Oh, you say it again. I was like,
I didn't come out for video. But I just saw it. Come back video. Kárí ibi tí Wùmí ti mú ọ̀bẹ kó ṣùkú Mohbad. Ṣẹ́rí àwọn yẹn wọ́n máa ṣì wà lẹ́yìn ẹ̀. Because iṣẹ́ wọn ni.
Wọ́n fẹ́ darẹ̀ ni wọ́n máa ṣe sọ́pọ́ọ̀tì ìgbàgbé ẹ̀.
Wọ́n á sọ pé jẹ́ wẹ́wẹ́ olórí burúkú ni wọ́n wọ̀ láyé.
very, very sad.
Wọ́n láyé.
And you know what baffles me is how you feel about this with confidence. They were spewing trash with confidence. Hey, I was
Tẹ́bá ti fi sí ìmá ìdí.
she knows.
Kẹ́rin téèyàn bá pààyẹ́ ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Kẹ́rin pé ó pààyẹ́, kẹ́rin kojú yín ló ṣe pààyẹ́ o. Ẹni tó pààyẹ́ máa ní sọ̀pọ́tà. Tó máa bí wọ́n rè pé kí ló dé kẹ́ fi sọ̀pọ́tì ẹ̀. Wọ́n ní ìyẹ́ ó yẹ kó bí lọ́sùn.
Ó máa ní sọ̀pọ́tà ju.
Wọ́n yẹ kí ẹ̀ bí lọ́sùn wáyé tí ẹ̀ náà fi láàárọ̀. Ó máa ní sọ̀pọ́tà. So ẹ má jẹ́ kó àfẹ́ torí mo gẹ̀ẹ́sì kan tẹ́lẹ̀ sọ pé wọ́n máa àfẹ́ ìtìyọ̀ pé tó bá ti fi sí máìdì yín pé dẹ́fù gan ní sọ̀pọ́tà ẹ fi wọ́n sílẹ̀ kó máa ṣe. Ìránṣẹ́ tó wá ṣe nìyẹn gbogbo tó dẹ̀ ń ṣe yẹn bó ṣe ṣe yẹn bó dáa wọ́n á ṣe owó ẹ̀fọ́ mu wọn ló bá tán. Olórí burúkú ni wọ́n wọ̀ láyé ṣáà pé wọ́n mọ̀ pé Wùmí ló pa Mohbad ni. Tọ́lárí ọ̀rẹ́ dẹ̀ yìí nígbà tí ẹ gbàgbọ́ Iamyinka tí ó mọ̀ pé gbàgbọ́ Iamyinka tó wà ní Amẹ́ríkà ṣáàwù sí recording. She said with her own voice inú mọ́tò ló wà tí ó mọ̀ pé yẹn record òun. Ó ní bàbá is innocent. Bàbá pastor ni bàbá. Ó ní wọ́n ń parọ́ mọ́ bàbá ló nítorí pé
Irú voice note yẹn.
Ó ní Wùmí máa ń
Mọ́mí irú
parọ́.
voice note yẹn.
Ó ní ìyàwó
Irú voice note yẹn sì ló yẹ ká máa play seriously. Irú voice note yẹn ó yẹ ká máa mú jáde ìyẹn sì bẹ́tà ju gbogbo analysis yìí tí ò ní ìtumọ̀ yẹn lọ.
Ó ní ìyá Mohbad ti rí òkú ọmọ ẹ̀ already. Ó ní Wùmí máa ń parọ́. Ọ̀tọ́lá olórí tẹ́mí platform ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Àwọn akọ́nàbà sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Ó ní Wùmí máa ń parọ́. Ó ní ẹ bèrè pé ń bo ní fóònù Mohbad wà. Ó ní Mohbad tó ti kú ti rẹ́. Ó she said that tó wà voice note yẹn wà. Ó ní bàbá nìkan ló wà innocent tí ò mọ̀ kankan. Ó ní Papa Lolo. Lamidi Babalolo kò bá má jẹ ọmọ Mohbad. She said it. Ó ní kò kọ àwọn nígbà téèyàn ní ọmọ àlè ò kọ àwọn. Owó iṣẹ́ tó gbà ni wọ́n ń ṣe. Ṣé mo pa àwọn èèyàn kan náà ló máa ń jí láàárọ̀ ló máa ń gba owó agbanipa kán lọ pọ̀ ọmọ ẹnìkejì wọn. Àwọn kan iṣẹ́ tó yàn láàyò nìyẹn kán lọ pọ̀ ọmọ ẹnìkejì wọn. Ṣé èèyàn máa ń ṣe ìjì dẹ́bù ni? No, ó dìgbà tí dẹ́bù bá parun bíi Fáráò. Gbogbo wọn ẹ̀mí yẹn wọn ó máa parun bíi Fáráò ni. kò sí nǹkan téèyàn ṣe ò lè pààyàn lẹ́kún kó náà máa rẹ́rìn gbogbo ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá ń sọ̀pọ̀ìtì àìdá ò ní kúrò nílé ẹ̀rí bíbélì sọ àwọn náà máa fọwọ́ fún ọmọ wọn náà dì àdàbíní. There's no two ways about it. They all know the truth. Kò yẹ pé wọn mọ̀ tọ́ ẹ má wàásù fún wọn. Èyí wọn ti gbaṣẹ́ apààyàn ẹni tó bá ń sọpọ́tì apààyàn náà ní. Tó bá ti fi símáìdì yín bẹ́ẹ̀ bá pààyàn nílẹ̀ Yorùbá á ní sọ̀pọ́tà. Èṣù ní sọ̀pọ́tà. Àwọn eléyìí tẹ́pẹ́ ìka ni wọ́n. Ọkọ wọn gan sunkún nù lẹ́ni gbogbo wọn pátápátá. Tẹ́lí bá mọ̀ wọ́n ọkọ wọn ò láyọ̀. Ṣé Wùmí tẹ́ kó ti ń pa Mohbad slowly kó kúkú wá mọ́mọ́ yóò kúkú yanjú ẹ̀. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Nígbà tí ọmọdìjì ọkùnrin sọ pé I know there is a day all my boys will go away. Ṣé bíi ti kú ni? Àwọn olórí burúkú wọn ló lọ sinmi. Inú kòtò wá jẹ́bi téèyàn ti ń sinmi. Ṣábẹ̀ kòtò jẹ́bi téèyàn ń sinmi. Tí bàbá àwọn ikán burúkú tó máa bu ọ̀tọ̀ olúwẹ̀ tájẹ́ olúwẹ̀ ikán máa jagun olúwẹ̀ léegun ní orí kòtò lèèyàn ti ń sinmi nígbà tí èèyàn bá dàgbà tó gbogbo iṣẹ́ tó ṣe tó fẹ̀yìntì tó ń jẹ wọn mọ́ tó jẹ nǹkan tó ń wẹ̀ tó fa gosùn tó fa gojí bí àwọn àtàwà ń lo ìlú tó fa gosùn tó fa gojí ìyẹn ló ń jẹ́ pé èèyàn ń sinmi ó ní I know there is a day all my pains will go away tọ́pìkì yẹn lásán ẹ̀mọ́ mi nìyẹn ni. Wùmí ò ní jèrè Wùmí òkun ló máa pa ẹ́ ìwà àti làmídìí ọmọ ọwọ́ ẹ̀ kí ló dé. He's been going through a lot inside that house. Tí ọ̀gá ẹ̀ fi lè sọ pé tó bá jẹ́ pé ilé ẹ̀ ni ò ti láyọ̀ kí ló dé tó block everybody kó fi gbogbo wọn lẹ̀. But Wùmí take advantage pé Mohbad ó gentle bí bàbá ẹ̀ kọ́ tútù rẹ̀ kọ́. Ẹ̀yin ọkùnrin ẹ má jẹ́ ń tù mọ́ àwọn jẹ́ndà mi kan wọ́n lórí burúkú ni wọ́n ṣàṣù ló fi tì wọ́n ṣàṣù ló fi tàwọn jẹ́ndà mi kan tó bá ti rí ọkùnrin tó jẹ́ tù wọ́n take advantage bọ́ yẹn torí pé quiet báyìí obìnrin tí wọ́n fẹ́ bọ́ àtàrà aago kan òru tó ló fẹ́ lọ sùn lóòtẹ́ẹ̀lì tí ìwà àti boyfriend yẹn ń bọ̀ láti tàtẹ̀ fi wọnú ilé ìyẹn tún pe màmá ẹ̀ mọ́mí ẹ wo Wùmí fẹ́ jáde láago kan o mi ìfẹ́ kí nǹkan kan ṣe o tí nǹkan bá ṣe ó máa sọ pé mi ni o mi ìfẹ́ kẹ́ni tí ṣé ó ti máa ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ mọ́ mi o mo máa ń bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o ó ti máa ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ mo máa ń bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o. ó sì dúró lórí pé òun fẹ́ bọ́ta láago kan yẹn ká ní Wùmí fẹ́ lọ bá lóòtẹ́ẹ̀lì láago kan.
Mọ́mì. Listen, sí, n tún sọ pé ẹni tí ó ń pè pé ẹjọ́, ẹ má bá mi sọ. Imagine her talking to that mother.
They don't have respect. All of them. Their mother don't have respect. All of them, they don't have respect.
How much more Mohbad? Ẹ má bá mi sọ, ẹjọ́ máa bẹ̀yìn, ẹ má bá mi sọ. Like, now imagine what Mohbad was going through. Someone that could speak with her mother like that.
Wọn ò lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kárí wọn ò lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ Wùmí ò lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ olórí burúkú ni wọn ò ní rẹ́spẹ̀tì ìyá wọn ò lè ní ìyá wọn ó pàyà ẹ̀ so àwọn accident gbogbo wọn kò ń ṣèèyàn wọn ò ń ṣèèyàn ìkà ni wọn kí lọmọbìnrin fẹ́ lọ ṣe lóòtẹ́ẹ̀lì láago kan ará àdúgbò ẹ gbà mí ní Nàìjíríà yìí kí ló ń wá tó bá yẹ pé ẹgbọ́n tí mo bá sọ pé ó ti máa ń ṣe tipẹ́ mo máa ń bẹ ni o ẹnu ìyá ẹ̀ ká ẹnu ò lè ká tó lórí burúkú ni gbogbo wọn papọ̀ olùsí ni wọ́n. Imagine the pain that boy is going through. Oh, I know there is a day all my pains will go away. Nígbà tí ìta bá ń léèyàn bọ̀ tó o bá dénú ilé tó rẹ́ni gbómi tútù fún ẹ pé jọ Àdìsá ọkọ mi pẹ̀lẹ́ kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ báwo ni ṣé ọkàn náà ní balẹ̀ ni bọ́ọ̀nù ilé gan gbóná olórí burúkú sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ di king bọ́ǹkì sáǹsì ayé ọmọ ọlọ́mọ tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ oúnjẹ tí wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ ó sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ dẹ̀rù jẹjẹ ó kó Mohbad láyà jẹ ni kò sí nǹkan kan míì because nítorí pé yẹn wà wọ́n ń bù torí pé yẹn ò fẹ́ wàhálà ẹ̀yin ọkùnrin ẹni wèrè di àwọn jẹ́ńdà mi kan gbádùn irú Sàásù ló fi tiwọn ṣó lè ṣe owó ẹ̀ fún Sàásù ṣé lè ṣe Wùmí lè ṣe ohun tó ṣe fún olúwa Mohbad yẹn fún Sàsù ṣé ọ̀tẹ̀ ẹ̀ lè sọ kọ́nà fẹ́ bọ̀tà láàgbo kan Sàsù ló máa sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ fún but no torí pé ó ti rí yẹn pé gentleman ni gentle ni kò fẹ́ wàhálà gbogbo brain ẹ̀ bó ṣe fẹ́ kọrin kó gbórí wá ní tiẹ̀ olórí burúkú olóṣì ayé ẹ̀ máa bàjẹ́ ni Wùmí ayé ẹ̀ máa bàjẹ́ ogun máa pa ẹ́ Wùmí bó ṣe polúwa Mohbad ogun ló máa pa ẹ́ Wùmí ìwọ ọ̀kà ọ̀dájú ìwọ lè ní kọ́ọ̀tì láti máa pe bàbá ọlọ́ba pé ẹ̀yin kọ́kọ́ gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe ọmọ tẹ̀mí o ìkọ́kọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe pa promise bàbá bẹ́ẹ̀ wà nílé tó bẹ́ẹ̀ pa promise bàbá bẹ́ẹ̀ wà nílé tó pa promise olóṣì olórí burúkú tó pé tó fi boyfriend ẹ jáde láyé tó ní the pie the nigga they should come and take the trophy who pie the nigga olórí burúkú olóṣì ọmọ àlè àwọn àyà arúgbó gan a ní first name tá à ń kọ́kọ́ wa kò fún ọmọ bọ́ yẹn nísìnyí tọmọ yẹn fi wọlé lọ́hùn sí tó fi gbẹgbẹ tó fi pa kí wọn máa ní first name kò rí honey kò rí heartbeat kò rí sugar kò rí gbogbo nǹkan sweetness first name tó wà fọ́kọ ẹ̀ olóṣì ó ń pè nígà báyìí ìwọ Wùmí olórí burúkú olóṣì àwọn àyà arúgbó gan àfọkọ wa first name ó lórí kan gidi kan pé kò fún bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn láyọ̀ látijọ́ tó ti wọnú ilé ayé bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn látijọ́ tí Wùmí ti wọ ilé ayé Wùmí olúwa Mohbad kò fún Mohbad láyọ̀ dídó kò jẹ́ kó dóhùn olóṣì ó jẹ́ kò mọ́ sè gbogbo nǹkan ló tàbí jẹ bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn níyà ẹ̀yin ọkùnrin tẹ́ bá ti rí red flag náà obìnrin kan yóò mú fún ẹ fi sílẹ̀ má manage obìnrin tí ó dáa ṣé Wùmí wá fún ẹ̀yìn olóṣì olójú pọ̀pọ̀fù ayé máa bàjẹ́ ni Wùmí ìkà ọ̀dájú apààyàn Wùmí ló pa Mohbad ogun ló máa pa ẹ́ olóṣì ó dájú olóṣì ó yẹ kó mú kọ́kà yẹn ságbá ni kọ́kọ́kọ́ mú ọyún ẹ̀ méjèèjì kan fa olóṣì kó máa pa slowly bí wọn náà ṣe pa Mohbad ó ń pa Mohbad yẹn díẹ̀ ṣebí inú ilé lèèyàn máa ti ń bomi fún ọkọ ọyàn ọkọ mi kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ kí ló dé tójú ẹ̀kọ́ rẹ bọ́ inú ilé tún gbọ́ná ìta gbọ́ná inú ilé gbọ́ná olóṣì àràwárà bọ́ọ̀bù lọ́wọ́ wọ́n ní bí kú ilé ò pa ní tòde ò lè pa ní aráyé ẹgbọ́ kúkú ilé ò pa ní tòde ò lè pa ní bí kú ilé ò bá pa ní tòde ò lè pa ní náà kọ́lé pa ní olórí burúkú olóṣì aláyé bàjẹ́ ó palúwa Mohbad tó tún fẹ́ kó ògùn ẹ̀ níbo náà ti ń ṣerú ẹ̀ ó dé lọ́jọ́gún nílé bàbá Lámídì ọwọ́ ẹ̀ lọ́jọ́gún lé bàbá àwọn bàbá lòlò ṣáà ní ogún wọn ní owó wọn ní gbogbo ẹ̀ olórí burúkú from day one ọmọkùnrin ó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ìwà àtìyẹ́ ẹ̀ ń gbowó sínú àkáǹtì ìyá Wùmí ń gbowó sínú àkáǹtì tiẹ̀ Wùmí ń gbowó sínú àkáǹtì tiẹ̀ ọmọkùnrin gọlọtọ̀ tó máa sùn sílẹ̀ ńlẹ̀ nínú bíi mísíkì ẹ̀ torí ẹ̀ wá sí pẹ̀lú bí oríwo lòun tún bá kọ́ olóṣì ayé yìí máa bàjẹ́ ni ayé yìí máa bàjẹ́ olórí burúkú Yàtúndé ó tún ní gọ́ọ̀tì ní kòrónà sọ fún bàbá pé a máa ṣe kẹ́sì lọ́dún 5 ni a ní fún yín ṣùgbọ́n Yàtúndé ò ní jèrè Túndé bí Wùmí ṣe pa Mohbad ìwọ Yàtúndé ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ oníwùmí yáwọ́ ni wọ́n á yáwọ́ pa Túndé ọmọ ẹ̀ kí ló dé tí ìkà wà nínú kí ló dé tẹ ìyàkà nínú gbogbo fámìlì yẹn náà Yàtúndé oní pẹpẹ súpù sọnù aláyé bàjẹ́ oníwùmí yáwọ́ gbogbo àwọn red flag yẹn ti wà tó ẹgbẹ́ ìlú tí ò dáa mẹ Nàìjíríà never happen to us ní náà ìwọ ọ̀yà oníkú tó yẹ kó pa ọmọ 5 months Wùmí ní kú tó yẹ kó pa ọmọ 5 months old baby òun ló pa 26 years old husband yóò tó ń ikú tó yẹ kó pa ọmọ ṣùgbọ́n ló pa boyfriend ọmọ 26 years the question is irú ikú wo ló yẹ kó pa ọmọ ṣùgbọ́n ṣé Lámídì ti gba contest l'Àbújá ni ṣe bóun ló fẹ́ra rẹ̀ ló fẹ́nu ara ẹ̀ sọ àbóun kọ́ ló fẹ́nu ara ẹ̀ sọ olóṣì ọkọ ẹ̀ kú ẹ̀ tó ẹ̀ tí orí husband of your youth àríbi tó ti sunkún tó ti gbára ṣánlẹ̀ tó ti gbára ṣánlẹ̀ tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí kẹ́pẹ́ ẹgbà míì ní ìmọ̀rúkú tó pa kò síbì kankan tó ní ẹ bá ń wá rúkú tó pa ó lè sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ torí wọ́n ló pa báwo lobìnrin máa ṣe ní ẹ bá bèrè ẹjọ́ lọ́wọ́ ọ̀rẹ́ ọkọ mi o kó má bàa fẹ́fọ́ ọkọ mi because ìwọ ló pa Wùmí ló pa Mohbad sọ̀rọ̀ rí máa náà Wùmí ló pa Mohbad. Òpò ọmọ lọ́mọ tán ó tún dájú ó tún lọ fẹ́ jókòó sí ogún ẹ̀. Olóṣì olórí burúkú aláyé bàjẹ́ Wùmí ògún ló máa pa ẹ́ Ìyábọ̀ tó ògún ló máa pa gbogbo yín papọ̀. Ẹbí wọn náà bí ọmọ títí ẹ̀ ò fẹ́ jèrè ẹ̀ Ìyábọ̀ o ò lè pààyàn lẹ́kún kẹ́ni ẹ fẹ́ fi rẹ́rìn àfi tí ò bá sí ayérayé lókè mọ́. Sórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí èmi tí mi mọ̀ sọ I don't know how to say orí ò da nílé mi o but now lọ́rọ̀ Mohbad ẹ pé wí tọ́ sí anybody tẹ́pẹ̀ bá tọ́ sí ogun ló máa pa gbogbo yín torí Mohbad náà sọ ó ní àpò ogun fẹ́ pa ẹni Wùmí ogun ló máa pa ẹ́ Wùmí ogun ló máa pa Ìyábọ̀ ogun ló máa pa Làgàtà ogun ló máa pa bàbá Bíngò ogun ló máa pa gbogbo yín. Leave the poor man alone. Ṣé gbogbo wa wá láti ilé olówó ni àbágbó wá látọ̀run Wùmí àyàsó òkò ìwà àti Jùmọ̀kẹ́ ìyá ẹ̀ tó yẹ ká aṣẹ́wó ni aṣẹ́wó ìyá ẹ̀ Jùmọ̀kẹ́ oní pínkì oní pọ́ǹkì sọnù níjọ́ ìsọmọ lórúkọ firstborn bàbá Ọládìméjì ọmọ alọ́ba tó bá mọ̀ pé òun ló bímọ fún ẹ lé bàbá bọ́ta nínú ibi tó ti sọmọ lórúkọ ẹ bu ráìsì sínú kúlà sọnù ẹ fọwọ́ ti bàbá yẹn lọ́gọ̀ọ́ kó bọ́ síta ẹ fẹ́ àlejò wo lẹ fẹ́ ni tí ò bá ṣe bàbá tó ní ọmọ ìwọ náà sọ fún wa pé àwọn dádì ilé àmù àwọn ló pọkọ ẹ lórí burúkú ọmọ òṣì ìka ògún ló máa pẹ́ Wùmí ògún pátápátá ògún ńlá káyé o bá mi pa Wùmí kí ló dé if you sit down sometime ó máa affect èèyàn tó bá take grace of God ó pààyàn tó dẹ̀ jókòó pé ó pápẹ́ káwa lọ police station ó tún ní káwa lọ police station káwa lọ police station ògún ló máa pẹ́ Wùmí for saying that. Olóṣì ìka jẹ́ Babylon ọmọ ọwọ́ ẹ̀ máa kú ikú òjijì ni Babylon ọwọ́ ẹ̀ máa kú ikú òjijì ni. Àdàbí ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú yìí ọmọ ọlọ́mọ bàbá oníbàbà olóòmọ ẹ̀ lọ léèwé ẹ̀yin olóṣì ẹ̀yin tá ẹ̀rẹ́yàn lọ́rin yín lọ léèwé olórí burúkú aláyé ń bàjẹ́ ìka ọmọ òṣì ogun ló máa pẹ́ Wùmí ogun ló máa pa gbogbo yín kí ló dé tí gbogbo aláwa láti ilé olówó ni gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ikú Mohbad ló straight jù àti crime scene ó yẹ Wùmí gan ó yẹ kán gbé wọ́n ti gbé lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ ó jẹ́ ìlú òyìnbó ní gbogbo àwọn gan tá a ní mọ́tò àrílé wọnú ilé wa ojú títì lórúkálùkù máa páàkì sí wọ́n máa ti everywhere ní ẹ máa rí wa Ọlọ́run ò tí bá tayé wá Olúwa jọ̀ọ́ má bí mi sí Nàìjíríà o má bí mi sí Nàìjíríà Olúwa má mi tó bá pa ọ́n wá tún ayé mi wà má mú bí mi sí Nàìjíríà ìka ní gbogbo wọn ìka. Can you imagine a Lagos state government Sanwó-Olú sọ wípé ṣé Mohbad nìkan ló máa kọ́kọ́ kú ni Sanwó-Olú ṣé wọ́n gbàdúrà kọ́mọ títí ẹ kú. No empathy nígbà tí ò ṣe ṣíkì ṣé òun nìkan ló máa kọ́kọ́ kú ni ẹ ti ń ṣe tipẹ́ ilé ilé máa fi ṣàṣemọ ìka ní gbogbo yín látòkè délẹ̀ from top ìka ní gbogbo yín ìka ò jẹ́ ṣe tiẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ so tí bàbá ò bá lówó kò lẹ́jọ́ lọ́rùn capital lẹ́jọ́ lọ́rùn Ògún ló máa pa gbogbo yín látòkè délẹ̀ Làgàtà Ògún ẹ wo Làgàtà wàá máa drive lọ lórí mọ́tò wẹ̀ ni wàá kọ́ rí pé o lásìdẹ́ǹtì gbòógà o bá end life síbẹ̀ ó kó àkọ́kọ́ lọ náà tí ò ní rókó dún àwọn obìnrin olóṣì Làgàtà láyé bàjẹ́ Bíbélì ní tẹ́bà rẹ̀ onígbà Ọlọ́run gan sọ onígbà tóun dá wa tán oní tóun rí ìwà ọwọ́ wa ó nínú òun bàjẹ́ the makers of heaven and earth onígbà tóun rí ìwà ọwọ́ wa Yorùbá ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣé Wùmí lè bá wọn Yíbò dán wò ni Wùmí lè bá wọn Yíbò dán nǹkan tó bá wa dán wò káwọn kan wá kóra wọn jọ àwọn gan ò ní ṣe mo jẹ́rìí àwọn Yíbò Ṣínẹ́kẹ́ náà pọ́rọ́ gini oyin ara oyin oṣooṣù onídànwò tó bá dẹ̀ dánwò ẹsẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ jọ́gíjọ́sì lóríṣiríṣi náà máa ti ṣe fún olóṣì olórí burúkú oníkòtò ọ̀run òbò àṣànà aláyé bàjẹ́ fọwọ́mọ alẹ́ kí ìwọ ni kọ́kọ́ ló máa kọ́kọ́ gbọ́mọ àlè wà wádẹ́ máa gbọ́mọ àlè ẹ lọ ṣọ́ni kò pamọ́ lọ́mọ ni inú kòtò wá jẹ́bi téèyàn ti ń sinmi ni ṣọ́ni kòtò jẹ́bi téèyàn. wọ́n ti ń sinmi. Kí ni bàbá ṣe fún yín nítorí pé náà wọn ò bá yín compromise olórí burúkú Ìyábọ̀ òfò Ìyábọ̀ aláyé bàjẹ́ Ìyábọ̀ òfò olóṣì aláyé bàjẹ́ olórí burúkú tí ń ṣe tipẹ́ ìwọ lọ dá gúrúùpù lẹ̀ ìwọ náà là dì mí òní ẹjọ́ òun pé bàbá òun yóò bí wọ́ọ̀dù fún bàbá ọlọ́ba tó bí ọmọ títí ẹ̀ àwọn wèrè tá ìjọ kóra yín yóò rí nǹkan tó rọ́ǹgì bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n ní rìn ìwọ Ìyábọ̀ sọ pé bàbá títí ẹ̀ òun máa ń mú kókóró jábọ́ sí kọ́tà ni oníbẹ̀ ni bàbá ẹ̀ kú sí mi kọ́ mo bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ pàpàkọ́ ló sọ àwọn tó wà bí ìwọ ló sọ fúnra rẹ̀ oníyẹ Ìyábọ̀ oníyẹ ìyá wèrè she's a mental patient ìyá ìyá wèrè tó fi wọlé Ọlọ́run sùn Ìyábọ̀ ó máa ya wèrè bí ìyá ìṣe ya wèrè tó bá padà lẹ́yìn bàbá ọlọ́ba ṣó ṣe síbẹ̀ ni kí ni títí ẹ̀ ń bẹ̀ kí ni títí ẹ̀ nínú ọ̀rọ̀ yìí olóṣì oní dókítà ìsọnù olórí burúkú oníkòtò ọ̀rọ̀ olóbò dápọ̀ mọ́ fúrọ̀ gbogbo mi tó yẹ ká sí kí bàbá lọ báyìí Ìyábọ̀ sí lọ tẹ́lẹ̀ ẹ̀bẹ̀ ó ti fọ́bọ̀ lọ́sọ̀njọ́ fún wọn bẹ̀ olóṣì oní sílíkọ́ọ̀nù lọ́yàn aláyé bàjẹ́ aṣáméegun ìka Ìyábọ̀ àjẹ́ ní àjẹ́ padà lẹ́yìn bàbá oní kéèsì sí bàbá oníbàbá ń gbé bọ̀ oní dead on arrival Ìyábọ̀ wà á dead on arrival fún tó sọ yẹn Ìyábọ̀ ó máa kú bí ajá ṣe ń kú ni dead on arrival lọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀ máa jẹ́ lórí àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ máa dead on arrival ni olóṣì olórí burúkú ọláyé bàjẹ́ pọ́lọ́ ògùn ló máa pẹ́ pọ̀lọ́ ṣé bí mo ní fídíò mi tó ti gbé Mohbad wá sí òtún tó wá kọrin ó sanwó fún Mohbad ní nàá tó bá sanwó fún adọ́bù díẹ̀ yìí pọ́lọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀rì sí ti ibi tó ti sanwó fún Mohbad gbé jáde because mo lọ ṣe fáìndì mi pẹ̀lú àwọn YouTube àwọn wọ́n adúrò èrò tó wà níbẹ̀ yẹn ṣe gbogbo owó lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó wá wo ṣó pọ́lọ́ ṣé ò gbowó lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó wá ṣe ṣó kíyàn tó lè wọ inú ilé ibi oṣó o máa ti gbowó ẹ ti gbowó lọ́wọ́ ẹ máa fún wọn tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì ni ẹ bá fún wọn tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì gbogbo owó tó gbà kí lóye tó fún Mohbad lówó ẹ torí ẹ lọ ṣe ń sọpọ́ọ̀tì àní ẹ máa ń pààyàn jayé ni mo bó tọ́lọ́ ọjọ́ tí n bá fi lè rí ẹ anywhere ní UK títí ẹ bá ẹ tọ́lọ́ ọjọ́ tí n bá fi lè pàdé ẹ mo ń lọ wo Sunday market ó dàgbò tí upgrade ò wá sí Sunday market yẹn mọ́ wo anywhere máa pariwo bí ẹ lórí pé wọ́n ló pa Mohbad ni ẹ̀yin olóṣì ẹ̀yin ìka yìí ó sanwó fún náà yọ tẹ́lẹ̀ náà lẹ́sì fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀tì lẹ́sì wọ́n á bẹ́rì ọmọ ẹ̀ bó ṣe ní kọ́ lọ bẹ́rì Mohbad ni wọ́n á bẹ́rì ọmọ ẹ̀ polo owó lórí burúkú àgbúgbò mùsùn bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe sísítà mi wúrà ó ti ṣòfò Chineke olórí burúkú ẹ̀yin ìka kí ló dé náà how did you not sleep gbogbo yín látòkè nílẹ̀ báwo lè ṣe ń sùn ilé ayé tẹ pé vanity and power vanity all is vanity àmú kọkọ wáyé àní mú kọkọ lọ tí wàá tí ma fi máa ọ̀tọ̀ ọmọ ẹnì kejì wàá tí mi fi ṣàánú ọmọ ẹ tí ò sí ẹmpátì ọmọ làkejì mi olóṣì Wùmí aláyé bàjẹ́ onítorí ògbé placenta fún bàbá tó bẹ Ọlọ́run náà mọ̀ pé Ọlọ́run lágbára ló jẹ́ kó fi ẹnu ẹ sọ ẹni bàbá náà ti fura pé àwòtọ́ náà ni wọ́n máa gbé placenta fún mi ṣebí bàbá ọmọ ló gbé placenta fún òtún wá fẹ́ wá yí òtún fẹ́ gbé narrative ìwà bẹ́ẹ̀ pé wọ́n ṣe pápá ló gbé fún ẹ ilé aláàgbò ló bí wọn sí kò ń ṣe hospital ṣé wọ́n ń ṣe ọmọ gbé fún yàn ilé aláàgbò ṣé tó ẹgbẹ́ Mohbad ló bímọ fún ṣé kò lówó hospital ni olúwa Mohbad ò lówó hospital kábà níyẹn olórí burúkú olóòṣì ìka bíbélì yẹn má ṣe jẹ́ kí àjẹ́ wà Wùmí ò ní kádùn Wùmí ò ní káṣù òkun ló máa pa ẹ́ olórí burúkú olóhùn òun rarun $8,000 ẹni tí ò ṣiṣẹ́ $1 sí rí ògùn ló máa pa ògùn ló máa pa kàrí mọ́ ògùn ló máa pa yàrá gbogbo yín pátápátá kí ló dé tẹ yàrá náà how did you lọ sí I don't know ẹ̀dẹ̀ bímọ tí ẹ fẹ́ jèrè ẹ̀. Abilé ayé ta wà yìí kọ́. Abilé ayé ta wà yìí kọ́. Olórí burúkú kan tẹ̀ mọ̀ pé olóṣì ni ìyá Mohbad. Olè aláyé bàjẹ́ ní ìyá Mohbad. Ayé yẹn tẹ̀ ti bàjẹ́ ká tẹ̀ fi sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan náà. Olóṣì. Ó ní Wùmí lu ọmọ òun pa ni kò gún pa. Láì ṣe ṣíkìn. Ẹni tó lu ọmọ ẹ̀ pa ṣó yẹ kó máa bá rẹ́rìn. Kó tẹ̀ wá jẹ́ ṣíkìn ṣó yẹ kó máa bá rẹ́rìn. Ó ṣèdí títí ẹ máa wó ni. Àdúrà máa ṣe ó máa ṣe Mohbad gan tó kú bá mirí nínú ibi tó wà á mirí pé òun máa ṣínú yà o. Àdúrà ẹni tó mú ẹ sọ́dọ̀ tó ń kó aṣọ kó tiẹ̀ máa kó má mọ ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ rí kan. Olórí burúkú kò lè sọ dódò ó ti dóhùn mí. Ẹ mú kó àwọn ọmọ Wùmí ti ka mọ́ kọ́nà Wùmí á ti rí pé àdúrà nìkan ló wà nù yàrá. Sábà wọ yàrá tì ẹ mọ̀ pé wọn kúkú wọ búrà. Kó bàbá ó ti mọ́yàn méjèèjì ó ti rí Wùmí lẹ́nu. Ó ti rí àdúrà lẹ́nu. Wùmí ti mọ́yàn méjèèjì ó ti pápá òdìdẹ ẹ̀kọ́ ó ti rí àdúrà lẹ́nu. Ó ti ṣọ́ọ̀kì àdúrà lọ́fun àdúrà lè sọ̀rọ̀ tán. Ibi tó ti mọ́ ọwọ́ tó wà nísàlẹ̀ ó ti fi bọ́ bọ́ọ̀sì ó ti fọwọ́ pò kó àdúrà ó ti dún àdúrà. Báwo làdúrà ṣe fẹ́ sọ̀tọ̀? Kò lè sọ̀tọ̀. Ayé ẹ̀ máa bàjẹ́ ní àdúrà fún tó ṣe fún ẹ̀jẹ̀ yẹn. Blessing náà gbogbo wọn kàn ṣe dáadáa. Olúwa Mohbad nìkan ló jà fún bàbá jẹ. Òun àti bàbá dẹ̀ nìkan ló close jù. Òun nìkan wọ́n ní Mohbad wọ́n ní ta ló kọ́ ẹ lórin. Ó ní bàbá mi ló kọ́ mi lórin. Bàbá mi dẹ̀ sọ pé nǹkan tó máa ń ṣèyàn òun lèèyàn máa fi ń kọrin. Even gàwa tá à ń ṣe olórin tá a bá wà down music la máa gbọ́ tó máa lift spirit wa up. Olórí burúkú olóṣì àwọn ọ̀ka àwọn ìbáyéjẹ́ àwọn ọ̀ka ìbáyéjẹ́ káwá lajú lẹ̀kẹ́ bá gbogbo ayé jẹ́ ẹ wo gbogbo àwọn youth tí Ìyábọ̀ Òjó tó rí ikú tí ń sìn ó ti fi wọ́n sí wọ́n brain pé obìnrin ò gbọ́dọ̀ láti ṣiṣẹ́ ó gbọ́dọ̀ láti líbọ̀ ọ̀nàkùnrin tẹ bá dẹ̀ tí wá gbọ́ ọmọ àlè fún wọn tọkùnrin yẹn bá ti detect pé gbọ́ ọmọ àlè ẹ wá pa wọn ẹ wá kó gbogbo nǹkan wọn nǹkan tó kọ́ gbogbo àwọn youth obìnrin yẹn ní ìsìn ẹ̀yin ọkùnrin ẹ jẹ́ ìjà yìí sí ẹ má jẹ́ káwọn youth ní gender mi tí kọ́ pa yín anybody ọkùnrin tó bá ti rí trace ìyàwó ẹ̀ tó ń support àwọn Ìyábọ̀ àbí Wùmí ó máa pa yín gbẹ̀yìn ni. Ọmọ ẹni ọkùnrin àwọn ọkùnrin kan náà tó useless tẹ́lẹ̀ tí wọ́n tó ń support rádaràdà tó ń bú bàbá Mohbad ẹ mọ̀ pé wọ́n wà useful nílé wọn. Gbogbo ọkùnrin kan ló máa ń lè produce ọmọ wọn spamless man ní ọmọ àlè níyàwó wọn ń gbé wá fún wọn wọ́n dẹ̀ ti jọmọ̀ láàrin ara wọn wọn ò dẹ̀ láyé wọn tọ́ wọn. Àwọn olóṣì àwọn ọ̀ka àwọn ọ̀bàyéjẹ́ ayé yín máa bàjẹ́ ni. Tún bú bàbá oníbàbà wọn ní bàbá ń kọrin kò ní kọrin is he not a musician ṣe bá kọrin ní bàbá kó má kọrin orin ló lè fi express pé nǹkan báyìí ń ṣe mí kí ẹ mọ power tó wà nínú orin you pass message through music you pass message nonsense people doing nonsense thing kí ló bàbá mi máa kọrin ó ní apaládì méjì ọmọ alábà wọ́n máa tún fẹ́ jogún ẹ̀ o ènìyàn ni mi ò lágbára bàbá kó wá rọ̀ mí lọ́wọ́ bàbá gbèjà mi já o bàbá kó wá rọ̀ mí lọ́wọ́ o ènìyàn ni mi ò lágbára. Ẹ wá ní bàbá ń kọ́ ó lé ènìyàn lówó lágbára ń ṣọ́ lágbára yín ni àbí kí ni bàbá ní bàbá fẹ́ ṣe. Bàbá ẹ̀rọ àpárí kí bàbá máa lọ lé ọkọ ní kọ́lọ́kọ́ àtìyàwó ń jà accident ni ó ṣèṣì ni just like that ìwọ ọlọ́pàá tó sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n máa pa ọmọ ọwọ́ náà they will kpai your son that ọlọ́pàá that tell baba like that they will kpai your son the same thing so another police will tell you say make you go home ó ṣèṣì ni it's normal thing kọ́kọ́ àtìyàwó jà kí ìyàwó pa ọkọ ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú adájọ́ wèrè adájọ́ kéyìn ẹ̀ńtáyé yín máa bàjẹ́ ògùn ló bá pa gbogbo yín olórí burúkú olóṣì ṣebí wọ kàrí mọ́ ṣebí tó ló gbẹ́jọ́ dání àtàbí kẹ́ dání aláìlójútì ó ń tọ̀lé lórí ó ń tọ̀lé mi tó ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ stupid girl àwọn tí wọ́n réyàn bímọ àwọn tí wọ́n já mọ́ got nothing proud and poor kàrímọ́ tó dàbí ìyá 80 years níjọ́ tó ń ṣe bá díẹ̀ ẹni tó wà ní Amẹ́ríkà tó dàbí ẹni tó wà nínú igbó Sambisa forest olórí olórí burúkú Ìyábọ̀ kò láṣọ lọ́rùn. Ìyábọ̀ ní ìró àti gbogbo àgọ́ ilé sí 200,000. So kí ni pàápàá ẹ̀ gan? Ò dání góòlù butterfly kan fi ṣe tí ò dání. Gbogbo ọ̀kà tó wá ń ṣe gan kí wá ní kókó ẹ̀. Ò dánilé, ò dání mọ́tò. MC Olúọmọ ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ rán ọmọ lọ school. MC Olúọmọ ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ ṣòkú ìyá ẹ̀. Ṣé bó owó Mohbad lè fi ṣe marriage? Ilé ayé tó rẹ pẹ́sẹ̀ mẹ́fà. So kí wá ní wàhálà ẹ̀? Kí ni wàhálà ẹ̀? Fake life. Olóṣì. Àwọn ọ̀ṣọ́ tó máa mú aṣọ ọ̀pá márùn-ún àwọn mẹ́ta ló máa ràn. Wọ́n á bá wọn fi sàtìnì gbà. Tẹ́lọ̀ tó ń bá Ìyábọ̀ ránṣọ a ní torí òun máa bá pọ̀ lówó ọ̀fẹ́ ló bá dé. Mékọ̀pù ọ̀fẹ́ ló bá dé. So kí wá ní fàárí ẹ̀bẹ̀? Kí wá ní ẹ̀yà aláyé bàjẹ́ yìí? Olóṣì, ìkà, olórí burúkú. Ìyábọ̀ ìsìnjí sílábà ìkà, olórí burúkú. Bó ṣe ń pàṣẹ ṣé Ìyábọ̀ ló ní Lagos State ni? Na Ìyábọ̀ guide Lagos State? Someone come and tell us because you fuck Ìyábọ̀ before. Yeah, because you fuck Ìyábọ̀. So we citizens we should go, all of you will die. Ogun ló máa pa gbogbo yín. Ẹ ti jẹ́ dúdú ẹ̀ lè sọ dódó. Ìyábọ̀ ti record gbogbo yín. How can Ìyábọ̀ have got to be petition police? Ikú Mohbad ló simple jù. Ṣé ló yẹ kán bá wa mú Wummi? If you want to know the truth as we are talking now, ẹ kàn mú ìyá Mohbad kẹmu sínú yàrá kán bá wa mú bẹ́líìtì. Á jáwọ́. Tó bá mú ìyá Mohbad níbi táwọn bọ̀rọ̀ dé yìí nìsín, ìyá Mohbad àjẹwọ́. Olóṣì, olólùpa ni kò gún pa. Tó bá ní Wummi lu ọmọ ẹ̀ pa. Láì ṣe ológbò. Ológbò kan wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ láti lù pa. Kábíyèsí Ọlọ́run. Mohbad said it. Only what is the secret behind the fine boy? Kò mà tún bẹ́ẹ̀ bú ọmọ ẹ̀. Fine boy mà ló pè. Ṣé o lè bá sàṣù gbé ọmọ àlè wá ni? A ti fún ọmọ àlè ẹlẹ́ṣẹ̀ lójú. Ọgbọ́n tí Mohbad ní. What is the secret behind fine boy? Òrẹ̀rẹ̀ rẹ́rìn-ín. Wùmí ṣe ò sọ̀rọ̀. Ó sọ̀rọ̀. Bàbá náà fẹ́ sọmọ ní Victor. Ìyá ẹ̀ sọ fún bàbá pé kò sáyé mọ́. Ìyá ẹ̀ ní kò sáyé mọ́. Ṣé gbogbo káàfin gbà yẹn gbogbo red flag yẹn ló wà pé wọ ọmọ Mohbad God? Olóṣì, olórí burúkú mi ọ̀gbọ́n bí tó ti sọ pé kò sáyé mọ́ láti pé ọmọ ní nǹkan. Because orúkọ tí bàbá ọmọ fẹ́ máa pè lẹ́ẹ̀pẹ̀ àti bàbá ọlọ́mọ àti gbogbo yín o. Ògùn ló máa pa gbogbo yín papọ̀. Ṣé ìgbọ́ sí Liam sọ pé look at my daddy car. Liam ṣe ní mo daddy car. Nígbà tí Mohbad wà láyé ṣe bọ́mọ oṣù márùn-ún ṣé ó lè mọ daddy car gbà ẹ̀? Ṣé bó ti rìn kó tó mọ daddy car? Daddy ti ń wá gbé sínú mọ́tò òun àti yẹ́ ẹ̀. Olóṣì àpọ̀kọ̀jáyé gbogbo ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá ń sọ́pọ́ọ̀tì Wùmí ẹ̀gbọ́n àpọ̀kọ̀jáyé ni gbogbo wọn. Gbogbo wọn ló máa jèrè iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ wọn àtolórí burúkú olóṣì Abẹ́ní ẹlẹ́nu tìlápíà tó wà ní Canada yẹn. Ó ní káàtì ẹ̀ ní Wùmí ló pa Mohbad. Ṣé bọ́n ṣe máa ṣe náà nìyẹn? Wùmí tó fáìn, Wùmí tó ṣe. Ṣeré ọmọ ẹ̀ tó oníṣẹ́ gba Canada passport yàbí kí ló ní gbà bíi Canada state ìyàwó ẹ̀ máa pa. Bó ṣe sọ pé káàtì ẹ̀ ní Wùmí ló pa Mohbad. Báwo náà ṣe máa ti pẹ́ káàtì ẹ̀ ní ìyàwó ọmọ ẹ̀yẹn náà máa pa ẹ́. Ó máa pa ẹ́, ó máa pọ̀ wọ́n ẹ̀. Òtítì àgbàdàgbà. Àwọn aláyé bàjẹ́. Káàtì ẹ̀ ní Wùmí ló pa. Ṣé bá ṣe máa ṣe ni? Wọ́n máa fọwọ́ ra lórí ni pé wẹ́ẹ̀dọ̀ ọmọ rere. Ògùn ló máa pa gbogbo yín papọ̀. Gbogbo yín tẹ́ nípìn nínú aburú tẹ́ ń ṣe ìka. Ẹ máa fi ilé ayé sílẹ̀ ni. Ẹ máa gbà kọta. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti rí ọ̀rẹ́ kan tí red flag wà lára ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ sá fún wọn. Ẹjọ́ ta máa ròyìn la máa rò lóṣì ni wọ́n láyé ẹ má jẹ́ kán bá ayé yín jẹ́ ránù. Wùmí olórí burúkú olóṣì. Ó fi Mohbad pa bàbá ẹ̀ lẹ́kún. Ó tún ní kó wá ó ní kí bàbá oníbàbá ó ní kó lọ ro bí kò sọ́mọ̀ pé pásítọ̀ ni bàbá pé bàbá máa sọ pé no ọmọlọ́mọ tán ó sọ fún bàbá ẹ̀ bàbá tí wọ́n wá sínú lẹ́yìn ó gbẹ̀yìn wọlé ó rí èrò ó wo wájú owó ẹ̀yọ́ wà tún kò rọ́mọ ẹ̀ ń bẹ̀ ó gun òkè bàbá aláṣọ white tó sókè fẹ́jẹ̀ àǹtí Fọláṣadé náà sọ fún wa pé òun sókè fẹ́jẹ̀ ni ìyá Mohbad ló fàṣẹ ìyá Mohbad tún fàṣẹ ẹ̀jẹ̀ ìyá Mohbad ayé ti gbẹ́rù rú ẹ látẹ̀yìn o ìyá Mohbad how many times I call you ó fún aṣọ ẹ̀jẹ̀ kọ́mọ ṣé ìyá Mohbad kò pa evidence òun ò bá evidence jẹ bàbá nìkan ni torí ẹ ti plan nínú kófóònù yìí tẹ ti ṣe ìwà burúkú ẹni bá ẹ ṣàfihàn lẹ bàbá làbá gbé gbogbo ẹ lórí o ẹ ṣáà máa wọrí o bàbá ni ògùn ló máa pa gbogbo yín látòkìlì rẹ ó lóṣì.
mọ́mí yẹn mo fẹ́ béèrè question kan lọ́wọ́ yín ni ẹ má bínú pé mo interject.
ìbínú sísá mi ìbínú.
ẹ ṣe mo fẹ́ ka kíyèsí àwọn aspect kan ni ẹ jọ nígbà tí bàbá ń give narration wọn mà tí wọ́n sọ pé ní ọjọ́ Tuesday ìyá Mohbad pe àwọn pé ara Mohbad ò yá according to the story yẹn bí bàbá ṣe narrate wọn ni nígbà tí ìyá Mohbad dẹ̀ máa kọjá wọ́n sọ pé ìyá Mohbad àti ìyá Túndé wà lórí ọ̀kadà tí ọ̀kadà ó kọjá níwájú bàbá kí bàbá tó gbá tẹ̀lé wọn lẹ́yìn now níbo ni ìyá Mohbad àti ìyá Túndé ti pàdé now ìwọ tí báwo ni wọ́n ṣe pàdé tí yóò bá ṣe pé wọ́n ti mọra àbí bóyá nǹkan kan ti ṣẹlẹ̀ tí wọ́n ti close báwo náà ṣe jọ máa gbọ́kadà níbo ni wọ́n ti pàdé ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá mi wò àárín yẹn. mi mọ̀ bóyá anybody lè analyze yẹn fún mi bóyá àwọn ilẹ̀ yìí.
mo ń bọ̀ ẹ̀ fún mi 5 minutes ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀ yín lọ.
okay question number 1 nìyẹn tí mo fẹ́ kí 24/7 I don't know if you want to explain that as mi ò tí ì rí puzzle yẹn níbo ni wọ́n ti pàdé.
sísá kò yé mi o ẹ̀yin náà máa rò pé ìgbà yẹn kẹ́ ẹ pè pé nǹkan kan ti ṣẹlẹ̀ tó yẹ kó wá pàdé yín ìwà àti Yàtúndé. My own narrative is that she had known from Monday and all that story was just to pretend as if she was just hearing about it. And Baba was not supposed to see Yàtúndé with her on the Okada. Mr. Shotiyeyin, ó yẹ kó jábà, ó fẹ́ jábà balẹ̀ so kò yẹ kí bàbá gan rí wọn. Ọlọ́run ló ní kí bàbá rí wọn. Gbogbo èmi láti ilẹ̀ máa sọ pé Monday ni màmá yẹn cause owó kalára. So that promise that she was giving that, you understand, and Wummi said they were supposed to see her at Ikorodu. So definitely her mind was within that morning. So early Monday morning she had gone there and she had met them. So all that one that. So I don't even know why they're not. Nobody's really mentioning even Yatunde's name. They don't really mention the name. People don't really talk about it.
Please let me just say something about that aspect.
Yes.
You see, the woman they saw with Ìyá Mohbad, one fi rán Ìyá Mohbad as a monitor spirit. Wọ́n má bàa go beyond her boundary. Ìjọ Monday náà ti fi wọ́n ti ní kó máa ṣàlàyé fún bàbá. Ó máa sọ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ apart from bàbá ni ó máa sọ̀rọ̀. Ó fi monitor àwọn méjèèjì yẹn ti wà ń bẹ̀ yẹn níjọ Monday. That is the only issue. Nǹkan tó jẹ́ kí n kò kéde. Thank you very much.
Yeah, makes sense. Thank you so much. That means, in fact, it may even be that same Tuesday, actually, only my ball. Bati ilé ìwé ọ̀kadà yípo wájú bàbá ni.
No, but ọ̀kadà
yẹn. Do you think she will go back?
Ikorodu was in Ikorodu. It wasn't in Lekki.
No, you are not. He's in Ikorodu now. Ṣebí Ikorodu ni bàbá ń gbé.
Oh, okay, I get it that they came from Lekki. Ọkọ̀ pè ní sọ ọkọ̀ ní kí ọ̀kadà ó yé mi. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Ikorodu Lekki náà ti gbéra pọ̀. Wọ́n jọ gbéra pọ̀. feel oh maybe they are just come Mohbad is just come from her own house because only Lesi Korodu. Number 1 o. Number 2, it become that analyst here to for you see to fair explain. Nike, I'm saying one pay Mohbad from one room to another, but according Taba puts 1 or 2 stories papo, it shows that Oju yara kan lo ti Omowummi. Now, this is it. Fọláṣadé sọ pé nígbà tóun dé ilé yẹn nínú stúdíò Mohbad òun rí singlet tó ní ẹ̀jẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ tún rí èébì nílẹ̀ńlẹ̀ stúdíò ló sọ kò sọ pé yàrá Mohbad. So what happened in the studio before getting to yàrá Mohbad, before getting to the 3rd room? Mi ò mọ̀ bóyá ẹ get it. Studio. Nígbà tí CY narrate kìíní yẹn. Ṣé ti get question yẹn mà?
Mo get it, ma sọ̀rọ̀
yẹn. Ọ̀rọ̀ kan sọ náà là ń pick it. Nígbà tí CY sọ, ó sọ pé nígbà tí wọ́n fún ní abẹ́rẹ́ kan àbí kankan, ó lóun fẹ́ lọ bì. Ṣó ti ó lóun fẹ́ lọ bì. Definitely wọ́n ti ascertain pé èébì wà.
Then,
but according to her narration, she never mentioned studio.
Yeah, she didn't mention studio.
She studio ni yàrá Mohbad. She didn't mention studio. But so she be ma wá splash láti yàrá lọ sínú studio mi.
Studio there wà nsàlẹ̀, àbí? Àbí sàlẹ̀ kan studio wà
nínú ilé wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ń sìn báyìí.
Ó dà pé sàlẹ̀ ni.
So báwo ni kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú studio? Àwọn ibi tèmi fẹ́ fà jáde fún wa nìyẹn. Tabarẹ́ni tó ti ní tó lè link mọ́.
Where's
the one narrative àkójọ kó help us?
You should have
kọ́nà lọ o. Analysis la fẹ́ máa ṣe.
No, my name is Mr. Steven Gokileko. I thought he was still here. He has gone down. I don't know that case. I know, I don't understand that case. I don't even know why this guy's case is like this. I don't understand it. Because in the studio, maybe, boy, Bola Tiri me did not say something about water. And some people said, yeah, they used it to wash something. So, you know, we don't know how the house is, so we can't really do the dots because we don't really know how the structure, the sex in the house is.
All right, this way.
You just say Madura is.
The question.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Mi mọ̀ bóyá tún rí mi wá mọ̀ bóyá ẹ mention kankan ni.
No, Monica, I really must design the living area is, but I believe the studio is downstairs. But if the studio is downstairs, like you said, at what point, go philosophy, at what point, ni really see fishy kini. So,
okay.
Yeah, you're correct.
Another thing, I think I raised the question on one platform one day, somebody's platform, and somebody mentioned something in a. Sorry, sir. And somebody said something about the studio. We studio, man share to the soundproof, echo proof. So if we link that characteristics with what could have happened, Kilo de this studio she were involved.
Mr. Steve is back. Steve, can you answer?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
I have nothing to say in respect of the studio, but in respect of the water you just mentioned now. You remember on the 12th, they said they took his body to the hospital. I want to believe they pour water on him just to make him look fresh.
Yeah.
God bless you, sir. To make him look fresh. Yeah, to make him look fresh. Before they've forgotten the medical aspect. That no matter what they pour on him, the doctor will be able to tell days and hours the guy left. That is it. That is the aspect I would say. But in respect of the vomiting, I don't know what to say in respect of that. And the studio, I don't know. But the water you mentioned, I think that is what really happened.
Can I add to that water stuff quickly? So the process of them pouring water on them mobile, it's impossible for the hospital to determine the time of death, which is very important. So they did it intentionally, so hospital could not determine the actual time of death.
Okay.
If what
talking about that, the singlet with the business with vomit, yeah. It could be that, Folashade said, Mama for duvet. So it could be that they brought it from upstairs, downstairs. Because we don't really know.
What about the vomit?
But the vomit was, that's something, vomit here, lower Lara t-shirt, Nabi.
No. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ ló wà lára t-shirt. Vomit wà lẹ́lẹ̀.
Okay, vomit wà lẹ́lẹ̀. Okay, mi mọ̀. Àti pé àmọ́.
You see, when you are talking about the vomit and the ẹ̀jẹ̀, Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kí nǹkan kan ṣèyàn. Tí nǹkan kan bá ṣẹlẹ̀ lẹ́gàn, you use anything to clean anything.
Yeah.
You use anything to clean anything, and in a situation it is an emergency. They are trying to cover up. No matter what cloth, vomiting, they want to use anything.
Yeah.
They just pick anything. So, no matter the mistake they so they forensic. Can you come to cover we will have very good picture of what
very easy, straightforward this thing.
Yeah, you see, we are just contemplating, but we are narrating towards 85% of what happened.
Yes.
But we can't say 100%. But naturally, they know we have an idea of what really happened. Yeah. I feel, but you see, we don't need to fight. Because for anything, the police.
Yes.
Because they want to cover up. That is it. Need that. Now. Because I don't feel tọ́lọ́pàá bá ti dá sí àwọn aka spectator ni wá náà àwọn akọ máa wò nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní gbogbo àti Nàìjíríà bí àti ṣe bó ṣe wù wọ́n kọ́lọ́ ràn wá lọ́wọ́ ni àdúrà ni kọ́lọ́ ràn àmọ́ ìsí nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí nǹkan tó lágbára ní àkànmọ́ ni lọ́ má jẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà ṣẹlẹ̀ síyàn nǹkan tó ṣe àwọn ọlọ́pàá yẹn náà máa fẹ́ tàwọn náà they have family. Yeah. And I want to tell you 85% of what is happening àwọn ọlọ́pàá kan inú wọn ò dùn sí. Àwọn kékeré ló kàn ń ṣe nǹkan tó wù wọ́n yìí.
Wọ́n tí wọ́n bá kù sí ó yẹ kó ti ṣe check now. They can do internal check now.
See, let me tell you something. They know what really happened. But ìgbà tí mighty ọlọ́pàá kan bá sọ fún àwọn ọmọọṣẹ́ pé don't do. Ọmọọṣẹ́ wo ló fẹ́ fi ṣẹlẹ̀? They know what is going on.
Now.
Do you have idea of the person behind it? Many know. You don't know it. Wọ́n lè reshuffle kó jẹ́ pé ẹnìkan tí wọ́n reshuffle ló wà nídìí ẹ̀. Àdúrà ni ara àdúrà tá à ń gbà nìkan máa reshuffle. Tí solution bá dé kìíní tó bá dé bá kìíní, I affect a lot of places tó máa jẹ́ positive fún Nàìjíríà. A jẹ́ very easy. Kìíní yẹn it will go a long way. International body ìjọ tó bá máa make references pé. To my affect Nigeria in a very bad way. I didn't expect it. I thought my low as case study. Ordinary lecture were unable to sort it out. Ìdẹ́ ṣe fún ọ̀lẹ́ sọ̀tẹ̀, we are the best.
Àwọn Wummi team náà ṣe bí nǹkan tó fẹ́ nìyẹn kọ́ máa kọ́ fi ṣe case study. Wọ́n fẹ́rẹ́ kọ́ máa refer sí case yẹn. So.
But tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ in the near future, gbogbo everybody ló máa affect. Orúkọ burúkú la máa gbà. Ìgbà tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ orúkọ burúkú ni nǹkan táwọn òfẹ́ jó ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn. After all, àmọ́ Mohbad rí àmọ́ but solution gbà ó dàbí kéèyàn rí òótọ́ kí wọ́n máa sọ fún yín pé irọ́ ni kí wọ́n máa ta òun ló ń ta wá lára. Òun ló ń ta wá lára. Mo mọ̀ kí solution àwa o. Solution àwa lágbára Ọlọ́run. Solution àwa. Thank you very much.
Yeah. That's why when the police did the police whatever to give nígbà yẹn, and they said bled profusely. Me, I knew that. I did not doubt it. Whatever the police said on that statement, me, I did not doubt anything they said, because I don't think, and we like saw Wummi's face, but it's a shame.
Madam, let me observe you. You see, can one more way? This thing will go a very long way. What he edit, can you talk also for it? What he edit, we won't even get to this stage. What he edited, commit around. They are unable to reverse it. Own the lonely against him. Thank God pé àwọn kankan wà tí ó ń ṣe wíkì Ọlọ́run máa fún wa ṣe o mo mọ̀ so nǹkan kékeré ló kàn máa ṣẹlẹ̀ tí solution máa wá a máa rí irọ́ ẹ̀ ṣé Ọlọ́run wa ń parọ́ ni ó ní òkùnkùn lè borí ìmọ́lẹ̀ that is just one thing òkùnkùn lè borí ìmọ́lẹ̀ nǹkan kan lè jẹ́ fúnra wọn náà ló máa jáde tó máa dédé wọ́n máa jà láàrin ara wọn tí nǹkan kan yẹn máa ṣẹlẹ̀ táwọn máa fi rí clear picture ẹ wo gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ tí wọ́n affirm fúnra wọn sìn ṣe bá ti ní we've gotten the idea already. Yeah, through the WhatsApp group, what really going on?
He just nailed everything.
Yeah, naturally, every rumor there always be trace of truth.
Yes.
There was a guy to jáde ní orí platform ẹnì kan jọkan tó ń parọ́ pé òun àbí tó sọ̀rọ̀ bí American.
Oh, okay, yeah, other Benin.
Yeah, Sherry, aspect it if you will. I want to tell you something. It's either kegba bi kemagba. Nǹkan méjì lè mo rí pé kíní yẹn ṣẹlẹ̀. Ẹni tó wà nínú ilé kan. Ó ní ara ń ta lọ́wọ́ tí ìyà ń jẹ. Ló ní kí bọ́ yẹn front òun. Ó dẹ̀ ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn lọ. Wọ́n tún wá pè létà àgbà tán ti rí pé àwọn èèyàn ti jókòó. Ó wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí give wọ́n change kíní ó wá give narrative nǹkan tí ò ṣẹlẹ̀ láti fi ba gbogbo nǹkan tó ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ tó ti ń sọ jẹ́. Bọ̀bọ́ yẹn ló pàṣẹ àwọn nǹkan kan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ó dọ̀ pé ẹnìkan wà nínú ilé yẹn tó dọ́gbọ́n rán bọ̀bọ́ yẹn jáde. Pé kò sọ bọ̀bọ́ yẹn.
Nígbà yẹn tún wá fún Veron ní kíní bẹ̀rẹ̀ sọ pé send Veron pé check your message.
Ààrẹ ṣe bí kákọ̀ọ̀sì kan náà gbogbo wọn gbogbo Veron lè mú ẹnìkan nínú wọn kọ́ kékeré ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn ọmọ kékeré náà boys yìí nǹkan kékeré máa ṣe wọ́n tó máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ pé lọ sọ báyìí tó lè Veron might have an idea wọ́n lè sọ pé òkèta la wọ́n lè ràn èmi ò believe ẹ kì í ṣòun gangan he is not the one inside kò sí nínú ilé but ó gbọ́ nǹkan kan tí ò mọ̀ bó ṣe máa ṣe tó tún dàrú fún lójú.
ẹ wo ọkọ sẹ́ẹ̀dì mẹ́sẹ̀jì sí Bukky Jesse yẹn náà tó ní òun fẹ́ lọ sí South pé they needed that but he needed is it 1.something million.
ẹ ti ń ṣe wọ́n ẹ máa wò ó tí ọlọ́pàá bá fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ kò cost wọn ní 10 days wọ́n máa lo Interpol fún pé gbogbo wọn wọ́n máa lo Interpol wọ́n máa gbogbo èyí tí wọ́n sọ pé kí ni wọ́n máa wá sílé tó máa jẹ́wọ́ kíákíá tí gbogbo ẹ̀ solution àwa ibi táwọn ò rí gan àwọn tí a fojú sí àwọn tá a fojú sí àṣírí àtú àdúrà kan ní Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà ṣẹlẹ̀ sí náà irú èmi yìí I want to go back to Nigeria Nigeria ló dùn jù in the whole world.
Ó dùn tó wọ́n bá wà o if you have money.
Apart from tẹ́lẹ̀ if tẹ́yẹ ọkàn balẹ̀ Nàìjíríà olówó you will be comfortable. Wàá ṣe ní gbogbo wàá ṣe business wàá ṣe ìlú yìí ìgbà mélòó la fẹ́ ṣe dà tábà dẹ̀ lọ àwọn ọmọ wọn ò ní lè lọlé if you don't go tó o bá lọlé kó o gbé bẹ́ẹ̀ for some time àkáwọn ọmọ wa máa kí ẹ kó wọn máa ṣe birthday fún ẹ kó wọn máa ṣe pé kínní tó o bá ṣe yẹn àwọn ọmọ ò ní wọlé gbogbo ọdẹ and it's affecting Nigeria. See all the parastatal we have here all the companies dúdú ló ẹ̀ díẹ̀ ìgbà wo la fẹ́ explore ìgbà wo la fẹ́ padà sílé kí gbogbo kìíní ẹ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ wọn dẹ̀ mọ̀ wọ́n fi só kékeré bàdí jẹ́ kọ́nà má jẹ́ ká torí nǹkan kékeré yìí kó gba nǹkan tó da jẹ́ Nàìjíríà. That is my own. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Lady IOS, are you here?
ẹ ṣe sá ẹ ṣe àdúpẹ́ sá ẹ ní fún ẹ̀gbá o.
Mọ́mí Àríkẹ́, mo fẹ́ step out fún 20 minutes. Mo fẹ́ step out fún 20 minutes. Tí o bá ní pé mi ẹ̀ drop.
Okay, no worries.
Mo ń bọ̀
Ẹ ṣé, Mr. Stevo. And another thing is, I just looked at the circumstances and the situation. You know, all the videos from Ambimo at every video intro engagement at anything, but if you notice it, until hide the bukini, anything they release 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 5 seconds, so that we cannot really understand what is actually happening at those different scenarios. Why we did, intro engagement is only one picture we saw. Okay, maybe 1 or 2 pictures. So the more CY to we Mike lowo activity CY ti jókòó sí àárín bàbá Mohbad àti ìyá Mohbad. Nígbà tí imbo ni Mohbad jókòó sí, ṣé wọn jókòó sáàárín bàbá ti àti ìyá ti ẹni. There is nothing to show pé èèyàn ṣe intro engagement. Number 2, níbi tán bá ṣà ń sọmọ lórúkọ nǹkan ayọ̀ ni à ń sọmọ lórúkọ. At least if you don't show any other thing, at the time tí wọ́n dẹ́gbọ́n ń gbé orúkọ jáde, bóyá àfà o, bóyá wòlíì o, bóyá pásítọ̀ tó sọ pé òkè o ẹ jẹ́ ká fún ọmọ lórúkọ, àtún lè rí ìyẹn náà nínú fídíò. Ta ló sọmọ lórúkọ? Ta ló sọmọ lórúkọ? Nísìn àtún rí anything nígbà tọmọ yẹn tún kú. Ṣèbí tẹ bá ṣe lying in state, Elizabeth staircase. If they had actually done a good job in decorating that place and giving him a befitting place to even lay, let's say we are ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀, ṣebí èèyàn á ṣà tẹ́ òkú síbi tó neat ni. Èèyàn gbọ́dọ̀ tẹ́ òkú síbi tó neat because according to them, they made us understand that àwọn èèyàn tí ń wá ń wò ó. So, will you now tell me pé nígbà táwọn èèyàn dẹ̀ tí wọ́n ń kí tó wá ń wo òkú yẹn, ṣé ẹ̀ decorate bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn náà? Débi tó jẹ́ pé àwọn èèyàn á tiẹ̀ wọlé o. Wọ́n sign condolence register. Where is the evidence that day, tí àwọn tó ń wọlé yẹn, they were signing condolence? The only register we saw was when àwọn Ìyábọ̀ Òjó àti Tonto Dike, when they came to the house, which was after even, gbogbo a long number of days after. Nothing to show how it was laid in the house, giving him, let me say, the final respect, according to them, because they believe people have started coming to, console or to check, them. Where is the evidence? Kosi? So, this issue of I'm going to 3 minutes, 2 seconds video, 5 seconds video, 3 seconds video, I believe is intentional. And why? If there's nothing to hide, if there's nothing to, so that people cannot add 1 + 1 to get 2, why do you have to chop up some sections and leave the others out of it? Ẹni tí ò lówó gan, àṣírí bó ṣe ń ṣe wedding wọn tó ṣì máa post video, àṣírí everything online. Why? I don't know if somebody can help me, unravel why 2 seconds always, 3 seconds always. Even the issue of Yomi Fabi is not 3 seconds, seconds, Kò sí ìtòṣì wọ 10. Mohbad has died, kò wọ 10 seconds, Why all this 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds video at the crucial point in the life of Mohbad? Tabarin tó fẹ́ ṣàlàyé fún wa.
láì ṣe àwọn olóyìnbó. Mo ń gbà tó pa Mohbad tán, wọ́n lè ju fọ́tò. Ibi tó tí Mohbad ti so mú wọ́n lè jù yẹn síta. Àwọn tó tiẹ̀ wà nínú Sambisa forest wọ́n ń ṣe fídíò. Ìkànnì ẹ wo Alhaji Crocodile. Explain to us. Come up, Alhaji Crocodile.
Crocodile, please come up. The question is, we are trying to, just to think deeply about some things that we can pick from this. Yes, why only 3? Are those, there are some crucial points in the life of Mohbad that could have, given us some explanation. For instance, the issue of intro engagement, there was nothing even to show. No even video clip for the intro engagement, number 1. Number 2, during the naming, there was no clip to show, okay, these were the people present during the naming. This is the pastor who gave out the name. This is how we did the naming ceremony. There is no clip. During the when he was, embalmed, preserved in the house, they already said people were coming to the house. And I believe that no matter what, even if people have started coming, you need to still place the body in a place where you have just arranged, even if it's just to put few curtains or something, on the body there properly for people to even view, if you want to view it and things like that. But there was nothing about that. And also this issue of, the video Mohbad has is just 6 seconds video. And which other video do we have? Even if you look at the remembrance, I think last year when the partner was in a remembrance for Mohbad, where I think they called, I don't know, maybe it was a pastor or whatever now, in the house. It was just 3-4 seconds just to show that they did the remembrance. Even if you are doing a remembrance of somebody you really love, and maybe a pastor has come to preach, why can't you capture that session to show that actually you are deeply in love and you did this in remembrance of somebody that you love? But we didn't even hear the sermon, we didn't even hear, maybe they asked you question, nothing. Just saw the clip, just like prim. Why all these 3 seconds, 4 seconds around the crucial life of Mohbad? That's my question.
Yeah, I think it's like the same question that is in everybody's mind too, because according to Professor Mr. Isha, he also said, why is it that there are always blank spaces? 3 seconds video here, 6 seconds video here, and even that spot where Mohbad was his movie set, video set was visited by Samilari and was assaulted there by Samilari. It was just like a short video. It was not a full video. So there's always like a few minutes, it's few seconds video here, few seconds videos there. I think they're always, first of all, I think the reason is, like for obvious reasons, they want to create a scenario where they have a narrative and they portray the narrative with a few seconds videos. Just like they're trying to, during the bully video of Samilari and Ramali, when they were saying Samilari bullied Mohbad, right, then they first of all peddled the narrative. I think it was gathering traction, and then they used that 3 to 4 seconds video to portray their point. So, and the same thing in the house, Mohbad is dead, Mohbad is dead, Mohbad is dead. They use a few seconds video also to portray that fact. Anything after the 6 seconds video, or anything that can give more details, or let's say like a 1 minute video, or like let's say 3 to 4 minute video. The only long minute videos that we see in this Mohbad demise is only when it was buried. When it was buried. That was when it was even live on Instagram. When a lot of people are streaming it live. That was where you can get like a long video, or maybe when it was alive and it was playing in shows, or something like that. But since he passed away, any video that has to do with maybe his body, or has to do with when he was secretly kept in the morgue, or any circumstance after that, they're trying to take it. As a matter of fact, another reason is they want to keep Mohbad out of the social media. They want to keep Mohbad. They want to, if they could make a wish, they don't want Mohbad pictures or Mohbad videos to be on anybody's phone. They don't want Mohbad music to be on anybody's phone anymore or anything. Or maybe they can allow the music, because music, people will be streaming the song and they're making money out of it. But anything has to do with Mohbad videos, Mohbad pictures, everywhere and all those things like that, because it will keep reminding people of what happened to Mohbad. Anything that can get people to think of what really happened to Mohbad, they don't want it. So, and most of all those, they're also using it for future purpose for this DNA now. They have some of those videos and pictures that they've kept in place for the DNA. You know, when Wummi was talking about, oh, I married Mohbad, Mohbad married me, this and that, she put out the pictures to buttress that narrative. So what they do is they have a narrative already, and then they use the pictures or the videos or few seconds video to buttress the narrative. And you know, Nigerians, most of us are not trained to read between the lines. We just take it. We just take whatever we see on the video or on a few seconds video or on a picture, and we run away with it. You know, making conclusion, even though the conclusion of what they are saying is not even in the video. They say, okay, Sam Larry bullied Mohbad in the video. Where is the video that Sam Larry actually maybe was bullying Mohbad? I mean, we don't say Sam Larry is innocent, but if they claim that Sam Larry bullied Mohbad, where is the video that Sam Larry bullied Mohbad? Where is the video that Naira Marley bullied Mohbad? So they always have a narrative, and to buttress the narrative in the minds of Nigerians, they put across a picture or a video to show that this incident actually happened, even though their claimed incident did not really happen, but they just put a video, you know, to show that this happened. You know, Naira Marley bullied Mohbad, Sam Larry bullied Mohbad, okay. He came to Mohbad's video set and started hitting him. You know, further details that will show that Sam Larry was actually beating him or flogging him with maybe some belts or something like that. That was not like that. So that is the same game that they're trying to play for the DNA also. For the DNA, they have some pictures, also videos of maybe Baba carrying Liam, Mohbad carrying Liam, all those things like that. Baba dancing, all those things. They still have a lot of those videos. You know, they have Mohbad's phone with them, and they definitely took pictures and videos that day. So they are waiting for the DNA results to be out, positive or negative. So if it is negative, they can push they can say no, it's a lie. Baba is this, and they will just make one, you know, rubbish post to make it seem as though Baba was initially in support of the baby being Mohbad's son and this and that, putting Baba's picture where Baba and Mohbad, when Mohbad snapped Baba and Liam together, they will put that out. And the video of Baba dancing, they put everything out. Everything is to focus the attention not on the negativity of the DNA, but on Baba, to make it like Baba is two-faced. So Baba knew that it's negative, and Baba still wanted to do a DNA. Baba knew that it's negative, and Baba was dancing at the show. He was dancing at the naming ceremony. You know that it's negative. Baba knows that it's negative, and he's still snapping the baby, he's still snapping pictures with the baby. They'll put pictures, they'll put the videos of Mohbad backing the baby online. You know, how Mohbad was backing him, you know, carrying him, dancing, playing with him, and all those things. So it is because they want to put across that they're using the video to buttress their narrative, you know, their erroneous narrative, just because they just want people to believe in them. So, but that's not the business. Because most Nigerians now, like I usually say, if you can give most Nigerians the accurate information, they'll be able to read between the lines, and they'll be able to think for themselves. Because Nigerians are not dumb, we are intelligent. But because for so long we have so much charlatans online who have harvested our emotion for financial gain or for political gain, that is why some of this information that they give to us is not real. That is why some of we Nigerians are, you know, below par when it comes to making the right judgment. So they use those 6 second, 5 seconds videos to buttress a wrong narrative in our minds. Because if they are saying normally Sam Larry bullied Mohbad, there is no video that actually proves that. I don't want to talk about Sam Larry, but there was no video that proves that Sam Larry actually bullied Mohbad. You know, so I'm sure they're about to play that same video, you know, in the same script for the DNA when it comes out. Because if the DNA comes out negative, they don't want to focus their attention on the people on the negativity of the DNA. They want to focus the attention of the people on Baba's so-called hypocrisy and Baba's so-called evil plan to disgrace Wummi and Liam, or to harvest another emotional, you know, something for Liam and for Wummi. You know, that's what they'll be saying. They will say, oh, but so Baba knew what this. Baba can even if Baba knows that it's negative, why did Baba snap with Liam? Why did Baba? Wow, see, look at how Baba was dancing at the naming ceremony. So Baba knew, but he was pretending Abi, or this kind of things like that. So everything is to spin the whole thing back on Baba Mohbad. That Liam is innocent. They have their audience, but the works of very dark man and the revelations of Naira Marley and all those things have chipped, away at their foundation of lies. So many Nigerians have seen the truth. Even some of those people who are supporting them, they know it's the truth, but because of loyalty, blind loyalty, they have to follow those guys. You know what I'm saying? So that situation. They want everything that has to do with Mohbad away from the internet except the song. Because the song, people who listen to the song, people are streaming the song and they're making money. When it comes to his pictures, his videos, they want it away because the more people see Mohbad on the internet, like the more people begin to ask questions. How did this guy buy? The more people begin to get interested in whatever case that is going on against in J for him. That's why even till now they don't want to release some of Mohbad's songs, posthumously, this and that. So because they know once Mohbad's new song is coming out, they'll be like, Mohbad again. So they want to sweep everything away from the internet, except his songs. So that's what they are doing. There's some platform I was following that usually release like Mohbad's latest songs and secretly leak them. Some of those platforms are no more viable on TikTok and Instagram anymore. You know what I'm saying? So that situation. They use all those few seconds video to buttress a point. You can see the NGO guy, when he was speaking with Adura. Adura was telling him that he has evidence to prove that his sister murdered his brother, and then he wants to use it to collect 3 million. And the bro asked for evidence, and he threw him a 3 seconds video. In that 3 seconds video, there was no evidence that maybe Mohbad was struck by Wummi, or maybe he was pushed by Wummi. But he put out a narrative, he edited up, and then he wanted to use the 3 seconds video to obtain the money. You know what I'm saying? So they start the narrative, and then to buttress the narrative, they push out the video to buttress the narrative. Now, the video does not fully contain, the claims of the narrative, but it's just like it is half truth. It does not buttress the claims of the narrative. It's just like something was about to happen, and then the video comes to an end. That's why it is few seconds videos. You know what I'm saying? So that's the point of them putting out, is to further confuse people, to make it seem as though they are saying the truth, and this is an evidence which is at the same time not an evidence and cannot be admissible in the court of law or the court of human conscience. So I think that's the way I see it. So they're about to play the script for this DNA too. They have most of those pictures and those videos of the naming ceremony with them. They either took the pictures, or they have some of those pictures in Mohbad's phone, which is in their custody. And those videos, which is in their custody in Mohbad's phone. So what they will do is, once the DNA result comes out and it goes viral, they will also post all those pictures and all those videos and coin it to make Mohbad look like an hypocrite or like a hater, or someone that is fixated on the property, or somebody that is just evil and this and that. So that's the plan. But anyway, we don't really care, because as the man was dancing at the show, at the naming ceremony, he was not aware that he thought that the boy was from Mohbad. Until now, if Mohbad was alive, Mohbad wouldn't have thought of any DNA. But Mohbad passed away, and the circumstances that led to Mohbad's death was also included the argument between Mohbad and the wife, and one of the reasons for the fight, according to Rainbow, was because of Liam's paternity. So had it been Mohbad did not die, he's still alive and still releasing banger after banger releasing songs, so I would have even thought that the son, is not Mohbad's son. But of course, since Mohbad passed away, we have to look for justice for Mohbad and the reasons behind the death, which is why the investigation, happened to make that, revealed that fight that happened, and the reason for the motive behind the fight. Liam's, paternity, property, and the suggestion that we probably had a girlfriend, who is pregnant for him, and other things like that. So that's how I see it in general. I don't know if this resonates with everyone, but that's how I see it. Thank you.
I agree with you on this logical, presentation, but it's only for people who are gullible. That let's assume if the result comes negative and you start posting pictures, Baba carry Liam, Baba kiss Liam, Baba everything with Liam, or Mohbad dancing with Liam, what does that tell us about DNA? There's no correlation. There are lots of instances where even the child would have grown up in the family and several years, and then they realize that that child is not actually theirs. So the fact that Baba carry Liam, what does that imply about DNA? It doesn't mean that it's his child.
What they will do is like we all know, they will start a narrative. Then when the narrative will be emotional, they will call it to make it emotional, right? And then they will say, people like, oh, okay. Oh, the point is not to make people get critical on Mohbad's girlfriend based on Liam's negative paternity. So they will push the narrative. They first of all get people. You see, if they want to comment for the negative for the DNA, they have to use emotions. They use emotions to get people to think away from how the negativity of Liam's DNA is culpable in the motive. Could be used as a motive for Mohbad's spy, and also could be used to exclude Liam from having legitimate access to Mohbad's estate. You understand? So they will try to use that they will try to blind people's eyes with that emotional gimmick, and to make it seem as though since Mohbad has already accepted Liam, you see that word, Mohbad has already accepted Liam.
How do we know he accepted it? How do they measure acceptance?
Yeah, that's where.
Because Mohbad carries a child, who knows what is inside his mind? How do we assess acceptance?
Yeah. Well, some would say, well, if there's any, of course, because there's no document, because Liam was not in a foster home, there's no conversation, or there is no text message that shows that Mohbad has, which opened up to Mohbad, and Mohbad agreed that, okay, you don't worry, I'll take care of him as my son. And even if Mohbad said he will take care of him or did all those things, we're talking about the court of law. It's not words of mouth. Anything, there needs to be, a written document to show that Mohbad agreed to, to do any of those rubbish. And we knew if Mohbad has agreed to it, then there's not going to be any fight between the motive. There will not be any argument between Mohbad and that night based on Liam's paternity. There's not going to be no secret behind the fine boy. There's not going to be any marital, be like Maria and all those things that Mohbad was putting cryptically in the song. So, but just because they need people to get emotional to be able to accept their narrative, you see, that was why they were able to divert people away from the real justice from the beginning. When J4 was getting, people were protesting and they were calling on the government to act. And maybe the police wanted to do something. They wanted to go hard on their work. And Yabo Joe was like, we need to find a way to divert the people's energies and find a scapegoat so that people will not really be talking about what actually happened to Mohbad in the house. They were talking about bully. That was how those videos came out. Those videos came out, and those, and all those candle lights, procession and candle night,
Okay.
something. During the candle night, you see that David also came for the candle night.
Yeah.
All those.
So I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
About that candle night, sir. I want to ask you a question. What can you give as an explanation for Karimo to raise up Tunde's hand on that stage? What were they trying to do?
First of all, everybody thought that Tunde's hand was. Everybody thought that Tunde was Karimo.
Okay.
Sorry, was
Wummi?
Yes.
Now, number one, if it was Wummi, what were they trying to achieve? And now that it is not Wummi, why did they have to use somebody else to deceive the public, to let them see it as Wummi? What were they trying to achieve?
If Mohbad really lied that way, we will be out. But because Mohbad did not buy that way, Mohbad was murdered by Wummi. So and the secret was at that point. So a few select people knew what happened to Mohbad and how she bite Mohbad, but the secret has begun to it is spreading slowly. On how the secret of how Mohbad was quiet was slowly spreading. So, and she knew that some people have already known about it because, of course, no matter how they kept trying to keep that a secret, it has already leaked out. It's only a matter of time before it becomes mainstream. So, but they can't take the risk of she being in public because they saw what happened during Mohbad's burial. When she had all those knocks on her head, and how she's being treated, maybe in Kurudu, maybe we were looking at her in such a suspicious way. So they are trying to just protect her away from prying eyes and people looking at her suspiciously or sparking a fracas at that point that you killed Mohbad with this. So they're trying to keep her away from it. That was why I guess they kept her away from the whole scenario. They kept her in the house.
Okay, then if that is the case, let's even assume that they believe, she's mourning, she's sick, she fell sick, she can't come up, which people can understand. Why do you have to use another person?
Yes, another person.
Do you understand?
Yes.
If somebody is sick and maybe she can't take the stress or the pain is just too much and can't show up, it's understandable. Why do they have to use another person?
Yeah. It wasn't a woman that was on the stage. It was Miss Auntie that was on the stage. And, a lot of people will think it was Wummi because nobody actually knew Wummi. At that point, nobody knew her like that much. The public did not really know her face, how she looks like. So they use somebody else to pretend. There's nothing wrong in it if the real girlfriend, comes to public that this is me and this and they won't speak.
Yes.
On the even make a maybe 1 to 2 minute speech, on the stage that day. But she covered her face and all those things because there's something they're trying to cover. They're trying to keep her in the house away from all those gimmicks, all those games, all those facade, so that she can just be safe. But of course she's the one that did the deed on Mohbad, so they don't want anything that can spark some fracas or some prying eyes or some suspicious looks.
So, is such an act punishable under the law, as in deceiving the public or something? I'm just asking.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not really like that. The law aspects. I'm not really a law person like that. But what I think is in this particular one, I don't know which law applies to it. But if they want to mount that first, they will say, Wummi's in the house and she's mourning, she's grieving, she has no strength. She's weak, and she was the one who said someone should represent her. They can still escape it some way. And even though they can't escape it, we don't have time to pursue a lawsuit. We have more pressing things to do. I'm saying to spend more resources on. There are a lot of things to spend to go to court for. Not even that. Everybody has seen that as a deception. And
I don't know if I can ask this question.
I like the crocodile.
Yes, ma'am.
So, when Yatunde raised Yatunde's hands up, who raised Yatunde's hands up?
It was that
It's Karima.
It was Karima.
Okay.
The lady who peed on her chair.
Okay, what's this the meaning?
A lot of people said it's a sign, according to Karima, on her life, she said something like, is it not raising the hands of, and I quote, raising the hands of somebody on the stage, it's not the sign of justice, it's not the sign of justice for Mohbad. So, to Karima and our co-conspirators, they all think, it is a sign of justice for Mohbad, and justice must be served, and this and that. But,
that's not a sign for justice, it's actually a sign of victory.
Well, some people...
To me, it's a sign of victory, not of justice.
Some people say that way. That is
yes.
Victory is a sign of the deed has been done.
Yes.
Yeah, as in Yalola, they did a lot for them that particular night, for her making sure that Mama Mohbad followed the script. She followed them everywhere, so they had to give a recommendation.
So that's how it's a sign of victory that yes, we came, we saw, he died, we came, we saw, we conquered, we got everything, we got it, and of course they have the media calumny and aspersion against Naira Marley going on. So just as Iyabo Ojo thought she did with Baba Jesha case, she believed that she could use that media sensation and media campaign of calumny against Naira Marley and force him to vomit the royalties to Wummi so that they can split it up. So they had it going there. At that point in time, the Malian record can't even, any of their signees nobody wants to talk to hear Naira Marley or the Malian record. Everybody was angry everybody was angry with Naira Marley and the Malian record at that point. So Davido was bold. He used the opportunity to even shine his friends, So Falls, and all those cloud chasers calling themselves Nigerian artists. They came out and they started talking about justice for Mohbad, singing, on the podium, they getting emotional, playing Mohbad's song, pretending, even Zlatan was there, pretending that they love Mohbad. That was why they came out for the candle night, doing all kinds of false, demonstration in support of the deceased. When he was alive, they couldn't stand for him, they couldn't fight for him. When he passed away, they couldn't actually fight for him. They all pretended that they won. So the candle night was a show, was a gimmick to tell everybody, okay guys, enough of your protest. It's time to go home. So let's have a final candle night to in respect of the dead, and let's all go home.
Sorry, was the candle night how many days after the burial, or was the candle night after the? Can you give me the date of that candle night? I want to know actually.
21st. Yeah, 21st of September. 2020.
And when was the body exhumed then?
His body was exhumed that day.
21st or 22nd as well.
The second day after the candle night, right?
I think it was the day. I think it was
the same day.
The same day.
Wow. So if I may ask, from all let's look at that candle night properly. If it was to be the same day, because I believe that candle night was in the night and the exhumation was done during the day because it was glaring from the live video. So let's say it was the body was exhumed early in the afternoon or early afternoon thereabout, and they did the protest or the candle night rather in the night of that same day. On a good day, couldn't somebody should have at least given a speech talking about the implication, because it happened on the same day, letting people know that now that this body was exhumed, we need to get justice. Was anything like that? Or was it just showing that?
So those people that organized that candlelight were those Iyabo Ojo, Sheyi Awolowo, CY's people. Now, the exhumation is what they are claiming that they were responsible for, which is a big lie. It was Baba that approved. Yes, Lagos State wanted the body exhumed, but they needed Baba's approval. They approved that the body should be exhumed.
But they were only interested in things. They didn't want the body exhumed. They are lying. There is no way they wanted that body exhumed.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, like you said, Baba had to sign a document for that body to be exhumed. And I don't know if that document is in the public space. But I want to believe that they would have stated that, do you agree or do you give your consent for this body to be exhumed for us to be able to get, the reason for what fired him? And who wants to say something? If that is the content of that consent letter sent to Baba and Baba actually signed, then he had already given his consent rather, that I want this body to be exhumed so that we can know what actually pied this guy. And without knowing what actually pied this guy, it shows that we cannot go ahead to do the burial because we have not achieved the reason why the body was exhumed.
Exactly. That was why they had to push the autopsy and the toxicology. The first autopsy and toxicology conducted by the government was purged. The second one was also purged. Because it was not in their interest to get justice for Mohbad. They just wanted to quieten people down and get people to go home. That was why they did a bogus, they did the bogus toxicology report, coroner inquest. The coroner inquest was to get people to believe or to think that the government is about to do something. Why doing nothing at the end of the day? Same thing happened during NSAS. During the NSAS, there were claims that the Lagos State Police fired some youths during the NSAS, Legato Gate. Then they established a coroner inquest to get people to come and testify. People were scared of going there, so they couldn't bring their evidence because they were intimidated and they were scared. So that's how that went into the dust. It disappeared. So it's a method of mob control. When the people are clamoring for something, you pretend as a government that you want to do something about it, and then you repose their emotions and their hopes in a particular ceremony, a practice that they will expect result from, and then delay or prolong that practice. And then at the end of the day, people will forget about it, though. Once it becomes prolonged, they begin to lose interest one after the other. And wrap the whole thing up in a legal jargon and, take their attention away from it to somewhere else. So that was what basically happened with the coroner inquest. But they thought that, the coroner inquest, nobody's going to. They were not. See, Baba was not. They were not thinking that Baba can get the support that he got. That was the deal breaker. That was the jackpot. That was the spoiler. Yeah, the spoiler. They were not expecting Baba to be able to have enough support, audience that can listen to him, and all those plans that Baba had. They were not expecting it to happen. They were just expecting to put Mohbad in the morgue, stay the coroner inquest, and after a few weeks, say that, oh yeah, we detected this drug, that drug, and of course Mohbad died of an anaphylaxis reaction, and that's the end of the day. Go and bury Mohbad, that's all. That's what they were expecting. They were not expecting it to be prolonged. Their plans were, they were not expecting some real, kinetics. They were not expecting the doctor to come. They were not expecting the parents doctor. They were not expecting the driver to come. Some of those things, they were not expecting it. They were not expecting that Prime Boy is going to go mad in the inquest. He's talking about bringing Wummi back and challenging Wummi to her face. They were not expecting the revelations of spending. They want to give to you Kudi, which forced spending to ascertain some of those things at the coroner inquest. They were not expecting all those details that the fight that happened between them to come out. They were not expecting all those things because they thought people were fixated on Naira Marley and Seminary. You understand? And anyone who tried to say the truth or tried to call for a deep investigation into the case, they were all blackmailed, or they were intimidated, or they were insulted, and this and that. So we were not expecting it. Those things that they overlooked, especially Baba Mohbad, they overlooked that man. Look at what Iyabo was doing in the beginning. She said, if they want to carry out the DNA, they will have to carry it outside the country. You know what that means? It means they don't believe that Baba can have enough resources to carry it out.
God really, do you know what, Crocodile? God really used her to say that because she thought she was condemning Baba, not knowing that we have to look at what to do, that we actually take that DNA outside the country, and that is where we are now. So you know, there are times when they do their things, they think they are wise, but it's also a pointer.
Yes.
So what we can do better. Do you understand? Because she felt doing it abroad is the best, right? But Baba doesn't have the resources to go to that extent. But as God will have it, that is where we are now.
They were not expecting, they were not expecting Baba to have money to even carry out an autopsy.
Yeah.
You know, they were not expecting all those donations because they felt they took all the donations already for Liam. And they were also angry that BDM pointed the direction of the DNA. They were also angry that Dr. Kemi also pointed the direction of the DNA. It was the DNA where it is people pointing to the DNA that got the donations to reduce towards Liam because they were making a lot of money via the donations then. But when the DNA issue came up, people began to think twice and they began to withhold their donations. That was why Yabujo went mad and she went berserk, you know, calling on insulting VDM, you know, licking his nudes and also Dr. Kelly. Because that plan failed. And people began to say, this could be true. And then some of the donations went to Alamobad. When one was trying to get to the autopsy, get to the DNA, get to the sun and all those. They were not expecting all those things, all those fireworks. Getting the sun, private autopsy, DNA abroad. All those things they don't expect you to. They were not.
Nibolo the ferry, as how? As
yes.
how?
Where do you want to sit?
Nibolo Baba the ferry.
Yeah, we that we already control the media. We control everything that people are saying. People are saying, we are the ones that were. But at that point, we even had Baba don't even have a smartphone.
Nibolo the ferry.
He only had this. He had this green face. He does not have a smartphone. So it's just when Baba got to jail for the smartphone. So when Baba want to even speak that this is what is going on. No. First of all, what happened in the house in details, they believe he did not know anything about it. And they believe that he does not have any influencer on his side. You know, they believe that he does not have the money to pay an influencer, even though he has a story to tell. And also believe that he can't even challenge a roadside policeman, talk less of challenging, the police command, Lagos State Police Command. They believe they have everything under the wraps, and they believe they have everything it takes to quieten, the issue and walk away with it. And yes, it has happened several times in history when the people in government use their apparatuses to get away with it, with whatever they want to get away with, because the average, victim do not have the power to challenge the government, in terms of what they do not have to unsettle the waters. They don't have but they were not even expecting all those things from Baba Wummi. They were not expecting Baba Wummi to be so articulate, to be so confident, to be able to speak and point out some of those things that was suspicious. And they knew that a few people have gotten the truth out and filtered the truth into Baba's ears. They were not expecting that this should happen. That was why they were comfortable with Prime Boy and Spendy being in the prison, being in detention, and nobody bailing them out. It was when some other persons got money together to bail them out that they immediately went to meet Spendy and push Spendy to their side. Meanwhile, when Spendy was in jail, in detention, they were satisfied with him being in detention. But when Spendy came out of detention, that's when they suddenly remembered that, we have to get Spendy over to our side. She began to text Spendy, what does Spendy want? Liam is missing you. Those kind of things. Because definitely she has been hearing that Spendy is about to spill up the beans, or is spilling the beans already. So, like I just said, they don't mind if anybody goes down for it. They don't even mind if Adora even dies or go down for it, as long as she does not go down for it. If she does not even mind if Liam by herself, as long as she does not go down for it. Everybody is disposable in this to her, even Mohbad's mom. They are all disposable products, you see. So she's using her money and whoever money that they are using to keep them, all of them, it is money that tied them all together. Money keep them in the plot, you see. And I'm sure they promised Mohbad's mom and Adora maybe some of those cut of the royalty. And as it is now, it does not seem as though the royalty is going to drop on their side, because the way this DNA is going, once it's out and it's negative, Liam is cut off. if Liam is called off from the royalty, then they can argue for that marriage and remove Aloba from Wummi's name. Wummi is not Aloba. Wummi does not. He doesn't remember how many introduction of fake introduction we don't already see as we grow up. You know, one everyone could talk say, I don't marry this girl. I don't give her a ring for introduction. After he chop the girl away, go run away, go marry another person. So you know what I mean? So that one that Mohbad said he did, that they said that Mohbad did marry you. Even that traditional wedding that today, she claimed that Mohbad did that traditional wedding. The head of that of the house, the traditional wedding, is the head of the family, which is Mohbad's dad. You know, so she doesn't have any mouth there. But you see, it's all the society that is always, you know, hyping and supporting the rich, the powerful, those in government, and hyping all of them and those influencers. It's them and also the government that is also playing this game here, because in this case, Mohbad's dad was not supposed to lift a finger. The police should have sprung into action, carry out their investigation and interrogation, and act in line with it, and bring their findings to the coroner inquest. But because they have all been bought, they have all been threatened to keep quiet or to peddle the wrong narrative and blame it on Aramali and Samilari. You know, that was why Yabo just Egira away from fleeing Nigeria. Yabo just fled Nigeria. She did not travel from Nigeria, she fled because she cannot bear to do those things that they agreed that she should do. You know, coming to social media and saying, I'm so sorry guys, Naramali was innocent and apologizing. It's going to reset the case. People start asking, so what happened to Mohbad? What piled Mohbad? You know, the question on the nurse has been raised by Immunizer and also been raised by Very Dark Man, that the nurse was taking the fall. You see, so she doesn't want to come in front of the world to make that claim, because people will now begin to ask, apart from people dragging her and insulting her and her reputation being derailed or degraded, you know, people begin to ask, there'll be a reset. So for the past 2 years we have been lied to. So what really happened to Mohbad in the house? What happened to him? What were they hiding? You know, so they have to say, bro, auntie, you be like say you go jump out, you have to run away, because as long as you don't come online to say this, you know, you'll be arrested. So to prevent you from being arrested and to prevent this dilemma, just run. That's how she ran. So
the man who just dropped this, if Josie is not looking for justice, are you the one we should follow to look for the justice?
No, they want us to follow.
You know the right platform to go to, please.
They want us to follow you.
Should we follow you, sir? What way are you looking for the justice, Mr. Balo?
Yes,
Feel free to say, come up on the panel.
Yeah, Baba Umar has moved on with his life.
Everybody must move on. Life must continue.
Because Baba has moved on. We have also moved on too. Yeah.
You too, you have moved on. Now, why are you here if you are not bothered?
Baba also wants settlement. Yes, settlements. You can interpret it in many ways.
It's not even settlement. Baba is not going to only collect the what is it called, the entitlement. He is going to collect even the hair. The hair that they shave from Mohbad, they will give account. The nails that they cut, they will give account. Everything they will collect it.
Yes.
Okay.
Baba will collect settlement. No man. Say you fit get picking that is made up by your useless picking made up by him now. May your picking can't get maybe 1 or 2 slippers somewhere, or 1 or 2 shirts, or a few plots of land. You know, we go say where your picking land is. I mean, you don't get picking.
So the settlement should be going to outsiders who never labored. If that is how you think, that is what you will get, sir.
Of course, that's what. Of course, it's going to be.
If that is what you think it should be the right thing, then that's what you two will get.
Of course. Thank God for nature. Nature will always test you with what you wish on other people. Just because you wish this on Baba Mohbad, you two are going to see your own. And let's see how better you are going to do. Let's see how you are going to act at that point. Because since you can play the ball well, right? Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, you two come and play the ball. Come and do your own too. Since you know that Baba is not looking for justice and he wants settlement, and then him looking for settlement in terms of justice for his son, and securing it is a wrong thing. Then nature is going to bless you and put you in a situation whereby you are in Baba Mohbad's shoes, so that we see how well you can play the ball. And maybe you're useless speaking. Okay, all right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Please, there's something that I'm not really getting. I don't understand one part of this thing. You know the picture of Mohbad inside the ambulance, the body of Mohbad when he was inside the ambulance. You know that picture was taken maybe on Monday, because when they want to defend that his hair is being cut, that's the picture they normally use at there. This is hair on his head. I don't know, maybe you have any idea, or ask Kuresi since he has seen the body in the mortuary. Maybe you've asked him, maybe the hair was really cut, or because I know the picture they are showing to defend that thing is a picture that was taken when the boy first died, and they kind of maybe when they are coming back from the hospital. I think that's what they keep on showing. But I want to ask, maybe somebody has gone to the mortuary to check the body. Maybe the hair is really cut, or I don't get that part. Yeah. I don't know, maybe you can give a kind of explanation.
Before Crocodile answers to that, just take this in addition to that question. For people that are being buried, on which scenario is a man being buried that he needs to wear a cap? Tí wọ́n máa dé fìlà fún nítorí wọ́n ṣe ìsìnkú. Láì ṣe pé he's not a pastor, you know, we have some pope and things like that. He's not in that line. In what scenario will you see ọmọdé ọkùnrin ọ̀n sìnkú ọkùnrin tó ń dé fìlà lé lórí? Go on, sir, Crocodile. I'm just adding that so you can talk about it.
Okay, so for the I think the reasons I don't know, but it's like when the pictures was taken when Mohbad was, because they had to use another ambulance, because the first ambulance that according to the story, the narrative, the first ambulance could not come to Korodu, or I don't know, they had to like change it, because the first ambulance time got elapsed, so they needed to transfer Mohbad's body to another ambulance to spend the night. So maybe it was in process of transferring the body from one ambulance to another that they had that picture taken. Now, when the autopsy was about to be done, they required that somebody, I think Blessing, Baba told Blessing to go check the body, or maybe take the pathologist to the place, or to observe the body, or whatever. So that area is kind of blurry, because I believe it is that the picture of that picture is not the pathologist picture. It was when Mohbad's body was transferred from one ambulance to another. That's what I think that picture was, because Mohbad's body was taken out fresh at that point. Oh, yeah, that's what I think. Because I don't think the body has like decomposed.
No. I think picture where they are trying to point that arrow to the back of his head, to me, might be a picture taken when he was taken into the hospital, maybe the second hospital. Maybe the second hospital, because they may want to use it as an evidence. Like you said, they are collecting evidence to support anything that they are, so that they can say, we actually got him into the hospital. Do you understand? So I want to believe that would be a picture taken when the body was actually in the hospital. And the question now is, if that was how it was moved from the house, maybe when Baba got... No. It's not Baba's case. It's the case of those in the house when they first took him to the hospital, yes. So they drove, yes. So that's what I can say about that picture. But don't forget that after that picture was taken in the hospital, they took the body home, and we heard that was after, when they got home, they had to prepare him, embalm him, shave the head. So we have no evidence of how they actually embalmed him. So it is from a picture taken during the time Baba came or afterwards that will actually show whether they actually shaved the head or not. Mr. Smith, I don't know if that answers your question. I think Blessing is still alive, so she can explain what she actually threw into the grave. So Blessing is still alive. I'm not Blessing.
First of all, I think for Blessing, I think Blessing went with the pathology, saw Mohbad's body, and I think maybe she told Mohbad's dad that there was no sign.
Yeah, I got you, lady. I was. But what I'm just trying to know is that I think I've heard Kuresi said he has visited the body in the morgue, and there's no amount of decomposition that wouldn't show maybe there's hair on the body or not. So that's what I'm just asking. Maybe you guys have kind of asked Kuresi to confirm maybe the hair was shaved or it's just hearsay or rumor. That's what I'm just asking. I think I've heard Kuresi said he visited the body in the morgue.
Crocodile, apparently was Kuresi that went in to see the body, not Blessing.
Was it Kuresi that followed the pathology?
Yeah, it was Baba Blessing and Kuresi went in. That's what he said.
Okay, Baba Blessing and Kuresi.
Yeah, but Kuresi went inside.
Blessing didn't go inside.
No, I don't think Blessing went inside.
And what did Kuresi say? Did Kuresi say he saw anything like some mark?
I think Blessing went inside because it was after this issue of taking samples for the autopsy. You remember what Mommy Mohbad said, that despite the fact she was even thinking, according to her statement, that even after the exhumation, she still felt Mohbad was still alive from her own foolish narrative, that she felt Mohbad was still alive until Blessing told her that no, that was when she said she now believed Otiku. So Blessing was there.
When they went to pick the sample for the autopsy, I mean?
Yes.
When they went to autopsy?
Yes.
Well, I think the first one was, it wasn't, I don't know, I'm not sure. Because when they were first saying that something at the neck or something, when they said there was no mark, that was
another person who came to talk about that. I'm not sure it's Gracie.
Oh, okay.
A lawyer, so one of the lawyers that came to talk about mark on neck or something before. It was not Gracie.
But regarding that hair, I don't think it's our side that is selling that, because on Baba's side, I'm not sure he really said anything about pay. He just said what he prepared. I don't think he says anything about Kogen. I think he said what he prepared. What the environment.
No, Baba didn't emphasize maybe 140, but the reason, we had something like that. But I also want to use it to answer the person who was asking question in the comment that Baba is after settlement. So I said it's not even only settlement. Baba will get this. He will even collect it. I was just letting him know that everything that belongs to Mohbad must come back to Baba.
If Baba is after, what is Wummi after?
I don't know.
Wummi that was there that cannot tell anybody what happened to her husband. Abi, our boyfriend, or whatever. Our loved one. So, in Islam, Baba le jogun. So that one, call of Joko around.
Leave them by the beginning. Why not?
Exactly. All those ones are nonsense. We like defending nonsense in that Nigeria.
I think they want to force us to be on the defensive. Oh, Baba does not want settlement. He does not want property. Of course, he wants this. Of course, I mean, Mohbad is big.
If me, I was even Baba talking, I would have said alongside. Both cases can run alongside. It's a different case. At the property, can only run together. Different cases. Ukpa is different from royalties and everything. She can't even say anything about what happened to her husband.
Yes, no.
But all of you be coming out and be defending nonsense, be making noise. You can tell it that. Your younger brother.
I mean, just for nobody actually knew Wummi. Who is Wummi?
Exactly.
Mohbad that we know.
Even the Mohbad did not even showcase Wummi. So what are we saying?
247. See, the thing is, the best thing is stop answering them. Stop disturbing. If they are having anything, if anybody wants to say anything, come up and engage. I think that's their job, and they need to carry out their job.
I'm talking to my lady.
The guy that was writing Baba is after this and that, this and that, this and that. That's not the bone of contention. So if Mohbad is gone, somebody's going to take care of his property. Tobaikwe is the only child of Baba. Would they be saying Baba wants to jogun? Those things I just think it's better to leave them to say whatever they want to say.
Sorry to
Crocodile. You know the reason that really got me angry one day. I heard Dawa reading the CTC, and when it got to Darusha's statement that the boy plane it was called 12 o'clock. Could you imagine Dawa could not do any explanation about that place? He just read through like normal. Yeah. When Darusha was saying it was Baba that instructed them, they now started analyzing. So I was like, yes. What the fuck?
Yeah, of course. You know that. Anybody who has been different for a long time, you know that one now.
Before I noticed this guy was a shit was when he was in this shenanigans with Wummi saying that he's interviewing her. If somebody gave you my number and you are the one correcting the house owner, and it was DVR CCTV. I was just laughing that day. That's cat. And they will be hailing him in their midst. Hailing him. What kind of brain does this guy have?
I was on the music platform.
Okay. They will hail him now.
If you are discussing with people like Abefe and all those other idiots, if you are wrestling with them, and there's no way they can challenge you. They will call Dawa. I think Dawa is the intellectual. So you call him to come and to come and wrestle you. To come and counter you intellectually. At the end of the day, he falls flat on his back and they turn into fracas and they bring the fracas and the curses in. Start cursing because they have nowhere to go.
Hi, Crocodile. Can you give me a minute, please? Good afternoon. Good morning. Wherever we may be. I came up because of the question Mr. Smith asked about the cutting of the hair. What I want to say about the cutting of the hair is there is an element of truth there. Because it's either there was an injury on that head. If you can see the picture they posted in the car vividly, or where he was placed when he was in the mortuary, if you look very deep into the back of Mohbad's head, you see like the hair is not even again. It's like there was a patch in between the hair at the back, just like maybe they have plastered something there. If you look at it vividly, that's my own observation. So I want to say there is element of truth in either they have cut off the hair because I want to believe the injury was in the head. And that was the reason we have the cap on him. If not, why do they have to cap Mohbad's head while he was being buried? Mohbad is not a pope. Mohbad is not an altar. Why did they put everything? Why must they done everything on him? Most especially that cap. Most especially the bent neck. So think about it. There must have been many damages into Mohbad's body before he was, being packed and buried in such a way. Why did they have to buy a kid, how do I put it? A coffin for a 6-foot man, an able-bodied man? They went there to buy small coffin, they bent his head, they put on a cap, and they did every shady things. These people are very manipulative. All those pictures you see that they are bringing out, they are using it to support their lies. They are using it to support all the lies, all the narratives, the lie narrative they are bringing out. Because they knew what they wanted to do. Like we have already been saying, it is a premeditated death. It was pre-planned. They know Mohbad is going to die that day, and they have been thinking of what are the things they can put in put on in case of any eventuality. Though they did not know that this thing can go as long or as far as this. But they have also prepared themselves. If not, how will Baba go to the police station? And why did the police deny it? Why did Wummi kept the doctor's report? Why? If not that they have done something bad to this boy. There are so many things we can look at when we are talking of Mohbad. Instead of all these people ranting, going about like a lost sheep and be defending Wummi, did they pray that this kind of thing happen to their children? Did they pray that whatever they have labored for, do they pray that it is the wife of one of their children that we collect all they labored for in their life? I mean, I don't understand people. I don't understand how wicked they are. Even if Wummi is a relation, you should be able to think and not just be jumping from one platform to another in order to be getting calls on your head. Baba brought this boy, Mohbad, up. Baba labored for him for God's sake. If Baba did not labor for Mohbad, did not bring Mohbad up in such a way, can Wummi find him to marry? Wummi killed the boy and still wanted to inherit all his properties. Still wanted to give him a bastard somebody, a bastard child. I saw one story on the Facebook when the man was talking about a guy or a lady that went for a DNA. The man said this boy, when he impregnated the girl, the boy denied and he traveled abroad.
I think she's got a call or something. Mr. Vengeance, you're welcome.
Anybody supporting me, you don't need to be saying that they're okay. That's just your job. That's so there's no amount of preaching you can give them that they will hear you.
No, it is not our duty to preach to them. We always have people like that, so it's not our duty to preach to them.
Good morning. Good evening. Yeah, thank you very much. General Akpakapa, thank you for justice. Glad to Iamyinkaade, glad to Lady Yahweh's, glad to General 247 celebration, glad to Crocodile, glad to Smith, and glad to Omowummi before she dropped. And thank you for thousands that are on the comment sections and those that are watching us from the window. God will not fail us.
Sorry, I'll be back. I just want to do something. I'll be back on panel. Thank you, General Vengeance.
All right, thank you very much. I've got some few things to address, but I'll be addressing most of them on my live, God's willing, when I come on live tomorrow. But I would like to address this personality, this fraudster that call himself Peter, the one they call Pet Cage. The one that is called Pet Cage. If Shameless was a person, your surname should be called Shameless. Pet Cage. You try to accredit so many things to yourself. One thing that is common with you, agent of darkness, is a pronoun of high. You want recognition for that pronoun of I. You want the world to worship you. You want everybody to amass at your feet, to recognize you as the Alpha and Omega. I was the one that did this. Justice of Mohbad started with me. I was there before Mohbad died. In fact, I knew Mohbad was going to die. I wrote a petition pre-Mohbad's death. I wrote a petition as they were buying Mohbad. I also wrote a petition after they killed Mohbad. Everybody started from my platform. I am the father. I'm the father of the Kinikan, the high, unnecessary self-glorification and unnecessary attention. That is what is killing all of you. Pelgage and all those useless idiots that you put on that your platform. You guys are senseless. Totally senseless. Petcage, Mr. Peter. From the first day I heard your voice when you be telling people you are 120 years, 130 years, I knew that something was up your sleeve. Even if you are old enough to be the grandfather of everybody, the day a man starts talking about himself, blowing his own trumpet, that is the day he has lost the relevance by a law of naturality. Anybody that likes talking about himself, talking about herself, talking about this, that's the day he has lost respect. You brag that you are the one that convey critical thinkers, you are the pioneer, you gather people together, and you people became the brainboss of justice for Mohbad, and you are doing this, you are doing that, and yet, even in your speech, you are so slurred in speech. Tentatively, that is how slurred you are in your brains. A person that talks like you cannot assemble a group of eloquent critical thinkers. Even in your words, you are selling yourself out. That is truth. You are so slow. You cannot meet the pace of J4M, and that was why you were dropped behind the lines. They left you behind the enemy lines, and you are consumed. Simple as ABC. Lick your wounds and cope with it. Accept your inefficiencies. Accept your inadequacies. And die with the enemy. Simple as ABC. You are a fraud. Petcage, Peter. You are very stupid. You are very, very stupid. I'm telling you. Peter. You are a bloody fraud. You are part of those people that came to justice for Mohbad to come and prey on the financial sincerity of people. You are not different from Yomi family. You are not different from Lati. There is no difference between you and the useless Alifa Lajogun. There is no difference between you and Papa Bingo. Your hallmark of doing justice for Mohbad is to get money. If you are so sensible as you claim, why will you tell people, why will you tell the critical thinkers that you wanted to access Mohbad iCloud through unlawful manners? Why would you tell them you have got somebody that will go access Mohbad iCloud and you put a price to it? At the end of the day, we find out that this idiot that you brought, this con man, this one that was trying to pretend as a Philippine, was also a member of your family, according to information within our disposal. And you guys collected money. You collected money only for you to turn around and this useless idiot and tell them they have changed the password. Therefore, you people needed more money to also get a new password and access the iCloud. Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Are you stupid? When you are offering such a deal to the critical thinkers, were you not supposed to be smart enough to know that the password could be changed? The same way your arrange hacker cracked the first password. Was he not supposed to do the same to crack the next password without collecting any more fund? But because you wanted to drain people financially, you knew you were not going to access it. You and your arrange hacker, you knew you were not going to access Mohbad iCloud because you and these other useless beings on your platform, you are working for the father of Liam, Mr. Gushi, for the one that killed Mohbad. You people are working. You are part of the moles planted in justice for Mohbad. You are part of the hyenas in sheep clothing that were planted in order to discredit the cause of justice and the movement. I said it before. I'm going to address so many issues when I come live tomorrow to be sincerely. This is just a preamble. 95% of people that came around Baba Mohbad, when Mohbad died, they were sent from the palace. These were the same servants from those people that masterminded and killed Mohbad. They were all extensions of Mr. Adebanjo and Mr. Saidi. They sent them, they intentionally planted them. The same thing with Lagata, Chairman, Yomi, Papa Bingo. These people are planted by those that killed Mohbad. That go there, go and stay with the man. They gave them clear instructions. We would like to know what the man knows. Go close to him. Go and see, maybe he has got evidences. Go and see if he has got anything they can use to nail us. Just go there. Go close to him. Present like a support. Present yourself as a sympathizer. Have as if you are empathizing with him. Let him think that you are there to help him to fight justice. But behind the curtain, these are the people that kept on selling him out. I heard one that useless Lagata. That guy that has medical condition of hypothyroidism. The one that has oblong face. The one that has acromegaly. I heard him when he was speaking on Latin and saying, but Lati, mo ní evidence to yapa. I was just laughing. A senseless idiot whose brain is within his two thighs. The one that has come into just from Mohbad to beg useless and unguided women. The one that is in charge of Mohbad to send women out of their matrimonial home. The one that is promoting his unsatisfactory sexual life. The one that thinks sex is the only way to live a fulfilling life. As old and as uselessly tall as he is, he was with you. Still saying, hey, you people are fools. President, you are the rest of the what have you people got to celebrate? You are saying, some people are in the inner caucus, some people are not in the inner caucus, and some people don't know something. We are doing that. What did you know, President? You are a grand failure. Peter, you are a useless grand failure. Tita. You are dead, but they refuse to bury you. That was why Lagata went to bring you back to life. Bringing you back to life with what? With oxygen. We are going to remove that oxygen so that you can go back to the world of the dead. In Jeffrey, Petket, you are very stupid. I heard it when you are telling Baba, when you are saying Baba is useless. Your father, that useless father, Petket, Peter, the useless father that begat a bastard and reckless individual like you. You understand? That has found a way to become a foster at such a tender age is a multi-useless individual in heaven. If he has died, you are a very useless being. Peter, nobody cares about the personal differences with people in J4M. But you coming to say, well, Baba is this, Baba is that, Baba is that, Baba is that. Iamyinkaade. In case of Celestia, Baba Mohbad, who must Celestia Petket. When you are so called the president of the critical thinker, because you have been saying you are the one that founded the critical thinker, please can you tell us what you achieved throughout the month you occupied that post? Can you tell us what you achieved? What did you achieve? What did you achieve? What did you achieve? There's what we call Moray. People that occupy the pedestal of an association called leaders should have certain Moray. How to boost your members' Moray. The way you talk, it must be commanding. It must be energetic. When you talk Petket, people sleep off. How can you be now be a leader to critical thinkers when your brain is even sleeping? How could you have been a leader to any critical thinker and they expected any positive or landmine victory to be achieved? With you sleeping and your brain is also sleeping. From the way you talk, you are struggling. They made a mistake and associated with a person like him, Peter. It was a great mistake. You want to compare yourself with those that are called critical thinkers now? You want to compare yourself with them? You are useless, Pino. The only thing you have achieved when you were in critical thinkers was to leak information to the like of Lagata. So anytime Lagata was saying, critical thinkers, I know this, I know that. So you are the mole. So you are Lagata's eyes in critical thinker, selling the information to Lagata, and Lagata is selling it to all the useless servants from the palace. You are the real mole in that group. Since you left now, can you see the uniformity in that group? Can you see the cohesiveness of the group called critical thinkers? There are no more characters among them because you are Judas Iscariot among the disciples of Jesus Christ. And as soon as you are eliminated, peace, they experience resounding peace in that group. Because you were the evil one there. You are the bad egg among them until God exposed you. I know you are the one now speaking. I know Kinika, we did Kinika, oh yeah, it's Dabu. I have not come for you. This one is just a preamble. Oh, you will it's Dabu. But can do anything he likes with his time. He can do anything in life with no bad. If in life he can say, I don't want justice for the boy, I want to go and bury him. What can you do? You cannot do any jack. You can't do anything. He has the authority over what happens to justice from Mohbad. And you will do nothing. And I know most of you people that have been financed by this idiot, Mr. Gushi. You guys are working to tire that man out. You want to exhaust him so that you'll be left with no option than to go and bury Mohbad. That is the hallmark of the assignment you are given. Just go to social media, go and destroy the support he enjoys now, go and discredit him, portray him in bad light, let people know that he's not looking for justice, let people know that he's not serious, let people know that he's only looking for property, how to get royalty. He has the right to collect royalty of Mohbad. Wummi does not have any right to collect one couple. If you say he's fighting for royalty, yes, he has the right to fight for the royalty of Mohbad. When Mohbad was alive, she was a pampasini, Abi Kilorafun, Abi Wummi, Sita de Banjo to Mohbad, only a property Mohbad ni. Even though that pay Olori Pukuni, whatever you say that man has done, we have property on Tafo, we are just lower Tafuni. Who else has the better right to fight for property than Papa Mohbad? Is it your father? Peter Olori Puku, is it your father that has the right to fight for the property of Mohbad? Or is it yourself? Or is it your useless mother? Or is it Mr. Said? Or is it Wummi the killer? Let go back property Mohbad. Or is it Liam Omale? Let go back Mohbad. I ain't the budget. So if you say he's fighting for the property, yes, he has the right to fight for it. And if you're not cool with that, go and look for a transformer, a big transformer in rainy season, and go and hug the naked wire there. Or you get a lagoon and jump into it. It's as simple as that. The Baba has the right to do anything to fight for the royalty, to fight for the justice. Anyone you choose, say it. He has the right to fight it. And he will get it. You guys are doomed entirely. He will get the justice, he will get the royalty, and you can do nothing. You can do nothing. You see the fan base, the support base of that Baba, it is not penetratable. You cannot de-escalate it. You cannot reduce it. The commitment of people to this cause of justice, the kind of support is enjoying now is divine. It's divine. It's not physical. Your money cannot buy it. Those useless ones that have followed you, they were never with us. I can tell you. Those useless ones that you are able to convince, they were never with us. And that is it. That is our man is unstoppable. Not Lati, not you, not Cursch idiot, not Yomi Fabi, the Foster, super Foster, not Arifa can stop this from bad. You guys are just running after a moving train. You are lamenting over a split milk. You are just involving yourself in a fruitless and futile mission. You cannot achieve it. It has gone beyond your level. It has gone beyond your level. You have been relegated. You You have tested and you have been proven unworthy to fight for justice. You have been tested and you failed the test. You guys are a bunch of losers. You are cowards, unrepentant evil. You have become the lot of the world, and enemies have cast you into their yards. You guys should go and die. Go and be licking your wound. You are no longer relevant. That is it. But you are not alive in justice for Mohbad anymore. You are dead. You are totally dead. If you think you can get justice without the father of the boy, go ahead and get the justice. Go ahead and get the justice. Why are you still paying? Why are you still paying? The man is not looking for justice. Then go ahead and get your own justice. Let us see the court of law. Let us see your lawyer. Present your lawyer to us. Ever since you people, you form your own group. Where is your loyalty today? You have not seen any lawyer. All the money donated to you, all the money donated to Yomi, everything has been used to support the useless lifestyles. Everything has been used to give yourself a claim better life. Meanwhile, your lives can never be better. All the money the palace has given you, all the money PS has given you, all the money those useless animals have given you, what has it done to your life? It has added nothing, no value to your life. And you shall reap everything you have sown in justice for Mohbad. I'm not here for you yet, actually. Tell me Yahweh ni ẹ máa mọ̀ pé kò sí Yahweh tó máa lù ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú yìí. Ọmọ tí yìí náà máa kú, ẹ̀yin kan máa kú. Pẹ̀lú kẹtẹ ṣe ní gbogbo ní justice for Mohbad yìí. Àwọn olórí burúkú. Thank you, God bless you, General Papa, and everybody.
Thank you, General Vengeance. I'm sorry I was cut off the other time I was talking. I had a call, so I'm so sorry. Thank you. Thank you, the host. Thank you, Madam Marike, 247 Celebration, Vengeance, and the commenters. Like I was saying, I was talking about these people that are going about like a lost sheep. Cursing, bullying Baba Mohbad. I don't understand them. Because even if they are relatives or relations to Wummi, they should be able to use their brain to think. No one of them will ever pray that they will labor, they will take care of a child to be a grown-up person, to achieve something in life, and later, if there is any sudden death, then everything that the boy or their children has made up in their life should be given to a wife. Nobody pray that, no matter what. So people will be going around and be saying it is property that Baba wants. Yes, Baba wants property. Because Baba gave birth to Mohbad, and Baba labored for Mohbad to be somebody he is today. And nobody will pray. àlè má gbàdúrà wípé kí bàbá ṣe wàhálà kí olórí burúkú kan tí ò lè sọ nǹkan tó pa ọkọ kó wá sọ pé òun ló fẹ́ jọrọ̀ kí olórí burúkú kan tán ní kó lọ ṣe DNA ọmọ láì ṣe pé bóyá wọ́n fẹ́ fún ní problem. Just do DNA to be able to know, to be able to ascertain whose son is the boy. Ṣé bàbá ìfọmọ́lẹ̀ sáyé àfọmọ́lẹ̀ àbí òfọmọ́lẹ̀ sáyé? Olórí burúkú kan will be using 2 years to be scamming people, to be running scatter, and not doing the DNA, which like the story I was saying, this boy, but to form to lost abroad. After 4 years, because there's tendency for any repercussion. One need wọ́n wá pe ìyàwó yẹn wípé kó lọ ṣe DNA. Wọ́n lọ́wọ́ kan ní lady yẹn gbé ọmọ yẹn fún wọn wípé òun ò ní any other person tó bá òun sùn. Ọmọ yín ló bá òun sùn. Ẹ gba ọmọ lọ ṣe DNA fún pé kò tiẹ̀ wẹ̀yìn wò. Ẹni tó dára ẹ̀ lójú nìyẹn. Wọ́n ní in a twinkle of an eye tán ṣe kinní yẹn wọ́n rí pé 99 wọ́n tún wá fi ọmọ boy tó wà l'Amẹ́ríkà wọ́n tún wá lò àwọn parents ọmọ yẹn. bàbá ẹ̀ ni wọ́n lò tán fi test ọmọ tó bí sílẹ̀ tó fi travel wọ́n ní 99.9 kan tó tún ju 99.9 lọ òní kìíní yẹn read. Can you imagine? The parent of that boy ni wọ́n tún wá fi ṣe DNA pẹ̀lú ọmọ tó bí sílẹ̀ pé lédi yìí ò tiẹ̀ bá wọn jiyàn ó ju ọmọ yẹn sí wọn láyà ni gbẹ̀yìn lẹ lọmọ yín òun ò léèyàn méjì tó gorí òun ọmọ yín ló gorí òun ọmọ yín ló fòun lóyún ǹgbọ́n gbà tó lòun ò ní ìgbà lòun ò ràn wọ́n gbà tẹ́ ṣe tó tẹ́lẹ̀ fẹ́ gbọmọ yín nìsín ẹ gbọmọ kẹ́ lọ ṣe DNA and it was 99.9 higher positive. Can you imagine? Àwọn tá à ń pè lóbìnrin nìyẹn tí circumstances burúkú kan ò dẹ̀ tún ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ẹ kì í ṣe pọ́kọ ẹ kú o bàbá yẹn ò kàn gbóyún ló travel ni o then see the circumstances of Wummi ọkọ ẹ kú ni tí ò dẹ̀ dùn mẹ́nì kankan nú as you have been saying pé is a husband of your youth ni tí ò dẹ̀ dùn mẹ́nú kò tiẹ̀ yẹ kán béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ tí wàá ti kọ́kọ́ ṣe pé bàbá ẹ gbọ́mọ ẹ lọ ṣe DNA mi ò pọmọ yín o ikú ló dé o tó mú lọ o ọmọ yín rí o ẹ gbà sọ́dọ̀ eléyìí tẹ́ rí náà kọ́ lọ́ọ́ máa fi tù yín nínú tọmọ yín bá tiẹ̀ lọ ọmọ eléyìí náà máa tù yín nínú ṣùgbọ́n rọ́ I'm so sorry ọmọ burúkú yóò ṣe and you these people are still going around tẹ́ pera yín lọ́mọ ṣé àárọ̀ because I don't like to use vulgar language you still be going around and be saying nonsense ṣé ẹ̀dẹ̀ fẹ́ dàgbà ṣá because tírò ẹ̀yin ọmọ báyìí bá fẹ́ dàgbà ẹ̀ ní máa rìnrìn yà káàkiri mi ò gbọ́dọ̀ bí ẹ̀ ní máa rìn àbí mi ò gbọ́dọ̀ rí àgbàlagbà torí ẹ̀ pé tọ́pọlọ ẹ̀ pé ká máa káàkiri ká máa sọ wípé bàbá Mohbad ó ṣe gbá ó ṣàwo what has this man done kò sínú ilé gbàtọ́ mẹ́kú kò bá yín dà sí property ẹ̀yin lẹ́tí ní immunization tẹ̀ ń gbowó lórí ẹ̀ every blessed day ẹ̀yin lẹ jẹ́ kí bàbá mọ nǹkan kan bàbá ọmọ pọ́ mọ́ tiẹ̀ ní nǹkan kan tó bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ẹ̀yin lẹ fẹ́ jogún barely 4 days after Mohbad died ẹ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí update nínú secret WhatsApp group yín ẹ ti ní kọ́ máa tẹ́ndà gbogbo nǹkan tí Mohbad bá ní láìṣe bí ẹ̀ láìṣàárẹ̀ láìṣe pẹ́yìn lẹ bí what an effrontery can you imagine all this nonsense kí lẹ fẹ́ sọlé ayé dà gan ní Nàìjíríà kí lẹ fẹ́ sọlé ayé dà tó fi wá jẹ́ pé ẹ̀rí òótọ́ nílẹ̀ ẹ̀ mọ̀ múrọ́ lẹ́yìn inú yóò mọ̀ dùn lórí irọ́ irú aburú bá ẹ̀dẹ̀ fẹ́ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí yẹn fẹ́ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ran yín leave this man alone òun ló ṣiṣẹ́ ó dẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ jọrọ̀ obìnrin àjèjì kan ò lè wá wá nílé bàbá Mohbad kó ló ló fẹ́ jọrọ̀ ọmọ ẹ̀ no it's never done it is never done anywhere obìnrin àjèjì ní Wùmí nílé bàbá lọ́ba nítorí pé kò fi rẹ̀ lẹ̀ fún bàbá láti sọ pé kí bàbá jẹ́ káwọn ṣe DNA ọmọ kúta ìkútọ́ ó pe bàbá yẹn bàbá ẹ máa ṣorí burúkú ni bàbá ẹ máa ṣorí burúkú ni tí kò bá pa Liam tí kò bá pa kíní kan can you imagine ẹ tó ń pè bàbá ọkọ ẹ ẹ̀yin wèrè kẹ́tẹ̀ tó máa kiri káàkiri láì ṣe pé wọ́n lugi mọ́ yín lórí láì ṣe pọ́pọ́lọ yín ti sún sẹ́yìn I pity your life o there is one stupid lady I blocked yesterday mi ò mọ bí mo ṣe yanrú yẹn lọ́rẹ̀ẹ́ nígbà tí bàbá yẹn ṣe live ó tún bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí yọ jò sí kíní kan kìíní ó tún bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí bú bàbá yẹn mo wá lọ wò ó mo wá rí pé ó wà lórí friend kíní mi mo ní mo ti rélé àárọ̀ yìí mi ìmọ̀ bíi tí blocking wà mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí wá kiri ni pé irú eléyìí ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi láyé I blocked her ass off ẹ̀yin ọmọ iṣẹ́ àárẹ̀ ẹ̀yin ọmọ rándanràndan yìí bàbá máa jogún ọmọ ẹ̀ bàbá máa gba gbogbo ẹ̀tọ́ tó bá tọ́ sí Wùmí máa lọ lọ́wọ́ òfò ní lágbára Ọlọ́run gbogbo ètò gbójúlé yẹn gan tó ní mọ́lẹ́dá iṣẹ́ ó máa parẹ́ mọ́ lójú ni because kò ṣiṣẹ́ that is number one because kò nà tán because kò já mọ́kú tó pa Mohbad we cannot be fighting like this for the past 2 years and you stupid people will be blocking everywhere nítorí pé gbọ́mọ òfò kan wá ṣe lè jèrè ọmọ náà ni I'm sorry to say ìtẹ́ fi jẹ́ kí bàbá jèrè Mohbad ẹ̀yin gan ẹ̀ lè jèrè nǹkan tẹ́ ń gbé kiri ẹ̀ lè jèrè nǹkan tẹ́ pa Mohbad lórí fún eléyìí ò ń ṣe pé ọ̀rọ̀ àsọtẹ́lẹ̀ ni Mohbad ti sọ ó ló máa jìyà wàá ṣẹ̀sìn ó ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni wàá ṣe ẹ̀sìn yẹn Wùnmí eléyìí ò ń ṣe rọ́ àdàbí kó da gbogbo nǹkan tó bá jẹ́ ti Mohbad dálẹ̀ gbẹ́rù ẹ kó máa lọ fi bàbá Mohbad sílẹ̀ àtàwọn ẹbí ẹ̀ kí wọ́n lè jogún àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ kán lè fẹ̀mí ṣe ìyá àti bàbá àwọn ọmọ tó kù ó ti báyé wọn jẹ́ débi tó lápẹẹrẹ. Ó báyé ìyá Mohbad jẹ́, ó báyé àdúrà jẹ́, ó fún wọn lóúnjẹ nu, ó fún wọn lóúnjẹ gbogbo ìjẹkújẹ, ò jẹ́ kó rí wọn pé mọ́. Àwọn náà ṣe bí bá bí alàtẹ̀lé ẹlẹ́yìn. Gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tán ní níkùn tó yẹ kán sọ, kán fi nàpẹ́, ò jẹ́ kán sọ. Wọ́n wá jáde, wọ́n máa sọ kọ̀tàn lẹ́nu. Kí ló dé? Ìyá ẹ̀ ò jáde for the past 2 years tá a ti ń ṣe kínní, oṣù ló máa pọ́dún méjì tọ́kọ ẹ kú. Ìyá ẹ̀ for 1 day has never came out. Your father has never came out. None of them come out to say anything. Wọn ò lọ lé bàbá yẹn kí wọ́n lọ kí ipò sọmọ nù. Ibi tẹ́ ẹ dájú dé ràn yín, Wùmí. O lè lọ scot free o. Kò sí bó ṣe fẹ́ lọ. You are not going scot free. O lè lọ torí pé Ọlọ́run kò kí ń gba gbogbo orú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Ọlọ́run kì í gbà á. Wá jẹ ìyà, wá jẹ ìwé ìyá mọ́. Thank you for allowing me. God bless you all. Mo dúpẹ́ o. Ẹ ṣé.
Mommy Mole. Good afternoon, ma. Thank you very much, ma. General Vengeance, our general of all generals. Era mami, ekrole ma. Era ma shego ma, aku oromo ma. And Apapa, our host. General Vengeance, good afternoon, sir. Mommy Iamyinkaade.
Good afternoon, my dear.
Okay, no problem, my host. Mommy 247 and Mommy El Goibo and all the commenters. Good afternoon, sir. And all the comments section and FIP. I greet everybody. Yes. Mommy Mole, ẹ ti sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ ní sọ̀rọ̀ tán Mommy. Agbára Ọlọ́run. Ẹ ní sọ̀rọ̀ tán. Ẹ ṣé gan ma. Ṣé ti rí tí mo bá tún bojú ẹ̀yìn tí mo tún wo ọ̀rọ̀ Mohbad, a máa dùn mí dénú egun. Ipe kí ni wọ́n bá promise Abọ́sẹ̀dé Alámàlà? Kí ni nǹkan tí wọ́n bá sọ pé wọ́n fún jẹ? Kí ni nǹkan tí wọ́n bá wá promise àdúrà tó dàbí Mohbad tó lọ? Ọmọ tí kìí ṣe pé kò kú, Mohbad ò sí kí o. Ọmọ tí Mohbad ò lè sọ tó lè ṣàkáǹtì nǹkan tó ṣe. Even ìyàwó tó tún wà in the position láti lè sọ nǹkan tó ṣe ọmọ yẹn. Ìyá Mohbad ti kú, ó ti mú Wummi, ó ti kú, ó kì í bọ abẹ́. Ìyá Mohbad ò lè sọ òótọ́ lẹ́ẹ̀kan pé kò báyìí ló ṣẹlẹ̀, kò báyìí ni mo gbọ́. Ṣé agbọ́nú voice kìíní ẹ̀ tó gbé sọ pé kẹ́dẹ̀ máa wo Saturday ni mo kú ilé o, ẹni ilé ọ̀dẹ́ o, tó fi kú jọ Monday yẹn o. Ìyá Mohbad mo kú tó pọ̀ mọ́ ẹ̀. Ìyá Mohbad mọ̀ pé Monday ni Mohbad kú. Àdúrà náà mọ̀. Blessing gangan mọ̀, mo sọ fún Blessing. Ṣùgbọ́n nínú interview tí Wùmí ṣe, Wùmí sọ wípé wọ́n béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Ẹni tó interview Wùmí yẹn béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé báwo ló ṣe rí ọ̀rọ̀ family yẹn sí nísìn. Wùmí sọ wípé family yẹn wọn ò lè unite mọ́ pé because ó ti bàjẹ́, family yẹn ti bàjẹ́. Wùmí sọ pé family tóun gbé sọ pé òun fẹ́ ọkọ, tó lóun bí ọmọ fún wọn, tó lóun ní ọkọ, tó lóun fẹ́ ọkọ yẹn. Ó ní family yẹn ó ti bàjẹ́ náà.